This up, go desktop audio, and pull this up over here. Let's start recording. Mic check, check. All right, we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with episode 28 of Zed Daily. I have Donkey Teeth from Zed Diamond Hands with us. How you doing, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me on, man. I'm excited to talk some horses.
Hell yeah, man. I'm excited to have you on. So before we get into the digital horse racing, how did you get into crypto?
Good question. It was back in probably early 2017 when I guess the first real Bitcoin explosion happened. Friends kind of pulled me in, and I started buying a bunch of random shit coins, and some of them hit. I didn't invest a crazy. I wish I had invested more. I started kind of just learning everything that I could about Bitcoin and blockchain at that time, and got into crypto Twitter, which I guess that's the biggest blessing, is that that's how I found out about Zed Run, is just through those circles that I had started following during that 2017 boom.
So when you got into crypto, I think kind of like most of us, you go to shit coins. Was it just because you wanted to get the gains, or that you hadn't fully understood like the power of Bitcoin at that point?
Well, I guess it's because of the run that Bitcoin had already been on. Coming from, I've always been, an investor in the markets, and I've traded options for on and off for probably the past decade or so. So, the run that it had been on, it was one of those things that I didn't necessarily want to chase, and was more interested in finding like the next one. Not that I did buy some Bitcoin, and then I accumulated as it went down. But yeah, it was more like, hey, everything's booming here. I got to try to find the next Bitcoin. And I was fortunate enough to buy a decent chunk of Ethereum, when it was like $100, $200. So that worked out well.
Was that just kind of like a shotgun shot to where you shot at a bunch of coins and Ethereum happened to be on there, or was it more precise and you kind of did your research on Ethereum?
Yeah, I think it was kind of, even back in 2017, it was pretty common knowledge that Ethereum was number two, and it had the second biggest network, and all the smartest minds were working on generally Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is why I think there's that argument for them to have the longevity that people talk about. But yeah, there was, the other ones, I shot like $100, $200 at so many of the small ones. And man, I wish I had put more in, because like Mana, Decentraland was one of them. And I put $100 in, and it's worth like, I don't know, $5,000 now. If I had only thrown, $5,000 at it, it'd be different.
So we have a question in chat, is where did you get the name Donkey Teeth?
Yeah, you and I were kind of chatting about this before the show. I come from the fantasy sports world. I've been doing that for the better part of the last decade, and it's actually from the show Key and Peele. They do that East West Bowl skit, and that was one of the guys on there. And I love that skit. I think their show is hilarious, and picked up the name from there in a chat room, and it kind of grew from there. I started a podcast up on fantasy baseball, and moved into fantasy football, and then I became a partner at a fantasy sports site, and I've had this pen name. Razzball.com is the site that I'm a partner in now. Some people out there are in the fantasy sports, where I know there's some crossover between Zed naturally and fantasy sports because of the gambling aspect. But yeah, I write there and podcast there and manage a team of writers there.
Awesome. So you go from 2017, we're buying crypto. How do we get from 2017 crypto to digital horses in Zed Run?
Well, I've always been kind of I wouldn't say a horse racing fanatic in real life, but I've always enjoyed going to the track and OTB and placing some bets on horses. Yeah, I like gambling in general. I think most people in Zed probably have that in common. So when it popped up, I was in Top Shot as well. So I think there's a natural crossover there too.
Mm-hmm.
But when Zed popped up on my Twitter stream, it was like, this looks interesting, and as I started to dive into it and kind of sponge information up about it, man, I got excited because the sky is the limit for what Zed can turn into if it's executed properly.
So when you did your research, what stood out about Zed to you? Like, was it the entertainment aspect, the ownership aspect, the gambling aspect? What was like the North Star for you in Zed Run?
I think what really, when I got in, Poseidon was doing a lot of YouTube streams at that time, which was, you and I talked about this again before we started on the show. It was early March, and I asked him a lot of questions. I've always been a person that I try to surround myself with people that are smarter than me and try to absorb as much as I can from them. And it's pretty obvious looking at his stable at that time. The guy knew what he was doing, very intelligent. And I just wanted to learn as much as I could from him at that time. And he talked a lot about the future of Zed, and Doofy did as well. And the potential for they were talking about this again back in March, April, the potential for big sponsors coming in, $1 million stakes races, that kind of stuff, and taking the a decent chunk of the in real life horse racing market, the equivalent to how Bitcoin has kind of taken some of the gold market in those kind of terms, and that just made so much sense to me. And I mean, when you look at something, when you come from something like Top Shot, which as fun as it was, you look at it, it's like, man, is it sustainable? Yeah, I get the argument that it's what utility do sports cards have? It's the same kind of thing, but when you've got something it's like night and day when you look at the use case for a digital horse NFT versus a moment, and how much that took off. It's like, man, the potential is just so sky high here with something like Zed Run. So that kind of stuff, I think it's that idea of big sponsorship money coming in, which we've already now seen start to happen with the Netflix stuff and Stella. That's what got me excited.
And so, how do you feel now that we've seen all these big names come in, and now that they're actually sponsoring? We had the Netflix race. We know we're gonna have more of these in the future. How does that make you feel now, knowing that that was one of the reasons you got into the game?
I mean, great. It feels great to see that start to come to fruition. Obviously, yeah, we can all agree that there have been plenty of road bumps over the past, how many months, and it's one issue after another. But I think that's also to be expected. My biggest issue with Zed, like many others, is the communication aspect. I think it's not that hard to look past a lot of these growing pains if they're communicating about it and explaining what's going on and keeping us that have really invested a lot of capital in this game and believe in it in the loop. And we hadn't seen that until I think yesterday with the Sentinel stuff, when that communication came out. It sucks that happened. Obviously, nobody wanted to see something like that happen. But I think that's a huge positive that came out of it. They handled it really well. They released a very well thought out response to it, and it's exactly what I've wanted to see for so long, and I think so many others have. So huge step in the right direction there. I mean, that's honestly my biggest concern with Zed is like, come on, guys, communication should not be that difficult.
I wholeheartedly agree. And then when I saw that yesterday as well, it makes you feel good, right? It's like maybe this is the step in the right direction from the communication of the way they handled it, the investigation, and then reimbursing everybody that even competed against those horses. Like hats off to them. I told my mom about this, and she's always been skeptical about the longevity of Zed Run. I think arbitrage said the same thing. But when I told her about that, it made her feel comfortable about Zed Run because it makes them look trustworthy, right?
Yeah, and you know what? I can speak to that too. Something that happened early on, and I don't know if a lot of people know this. I made it public knowledge when it happened back in, I guess it was late April, maybe early May. There were some bugs going on with the old OpenSea. It was like a Matic OpenSea, and you would go to list a horse. And this didn't last very long. It was maybe like a week or 2 week period that people were having this issue, and it was intermittent. You'd go to list a horse, and when you were clicking to list it for sale, it could change which horse you were looking at. And it was
Mm.
very easy to list the wrong horse for this
Mm.
short period of time. And it was actually after breeding open for like the first time in whatever it was. I guess it was April. It must have been mid-April. I was on short sleep. I had stayed up way too late. I only slept a couple hours, and I was listing all these horses for sale. And I accidentally, because of this bug, listed an unraced, unbred Z2 Genesis for 0.16. And of course, it immediately sold. I didn't realize until 15 minutes later, I'm going to list something else. I thought this one horse sold, and it's still there. I'm like, what happened here? Like, I thought I sold this horse, and then I see that it was my Z2, and there's that moment of like dread, like, holy hell, I just gave away $10,000. I got over it pretty quick, to be honest. Like, I've lost $10,000 before. It doesn't feel good, but I thought it was just my mistake. And then I started, okay, well, I got to move on here. It's like, what can you do? You can't look back. And I start listing more horses shortly later. And then I see the bug happening, and I'm like, oh man, this horse was the same color coat, pretty much, very close. The names both started with a P, and this is what happened. And so I bring it up to Rod in Discord, and we started DM, and I explained what happened, and it took a while. He kind of escalated it. It was Maddox's fault, it was Polygon's fault. I tried to get some sort of reimbursement from them. I wanted them to take some sort of responsibility. It was partially my fault. I should have seen it, and I did. It wasn't like I was trying to blame anybody else for, like, it was their fault too. There's two sides to it. But eventually, it took about 3 weeks, and eventually I got in contact with one of the founders, Rob, and he said, hey, I took a video recording of the bug in action too, and I helped Polygon to fix the issue too. So I thought that would get me some sort of goodwill with Polygon, and they they didn't really do anything for me. And eventually Rob was like, leave it with me, let me gather some information on this, and I'll do you right. And about 2 days later, he hits me up, and he's like, we're going to reimburse you for, it was like 3.6 ETH that I paid for the horse. He's like, we're going to just do a one-time settlement payment, and hopefully that's good with you. I was like, hell yeah. I mean, ETH had gone up like 50% since I bought the horse too. So it was amazing. And that was when I was all in on Zed. Man, they treat people right. And anytime people start bashing the Zed team in the general Discord, and I see it, I try to kind of stick up for them. While they do have those communication weaknesses, I mean, they did me right, and I'll never forget that.
I love that they righted that wrong. And even if you go look in the white paper, it says, like, we're going to make some mistakes. Like, we're not perfect. There's going to be some growing pains along the way. We've felt that with a lot of the stuff, but it's nice to hear that you've had something righted, and then a lot of people that with the Sentinel Gate and all these other horses, they've had their wrongs righted.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have a lot of trust in these guys.
So you're doing research on Poseidon and Doofy. What were some of the main takeaways you took, and then how did you, like, what horses did you go and buy after you listened to these guys? Was it Genesis horses? Like, what was your strategy coming into Zed Run after you did your research?
Yeah, I mean, Poseidon, he was one of the first guys to realize how important odds were, and so it was. It was all about odds back at that time, figuring out, what's the threshold here? Because nobody really knew. I mean, it was like, is it a 12 odds horse? What you want? Is it 10 odds horse? Do you want sub 10? And really, it turns out you wanted like sub 8. And, for me, I think when you're building a stable, I think the threshold needs to continually, I think you're trying to raise the bar as you build your stable along. And so, I bred a ton of horses when breeding opened up, and I tried to race them as quickly as I could and kind of churn through. The market was so good at that time that it's like you could do no wrong in breeding. Just keep breeding and breeding, and keep the best and sell the other ones for what you can get, and rinse and repeat. So that was kind of my strategy at that time, and it did work out really well. I started to try to accumulate the best racers that I could, particularly Genesis, and it just so happened that at the price point I was looking at, I ended up with quite a few really good Genesis mares that can race, and it turns out they can breed really well.
Okay, so it sounds like you got most of your horses off a secondary. So how are you going about looking? Well, we don't have odds anymore, so it'll be a different strategy for people listening to this. But how'd you go about finding these race horses? Were you just looking at Griffin odds or consistent odds over time?
Well, I would say 50-50 secondary and drops. I did well in the drops too. I bought a lot of Finnies at the drops, and I bought one Z1 at one of the drops, and that turned out to be a really good male breeder named Unyielding. I was just incredibly lucky that I landed him at a drop. So yeah, 50-50 between drops, and it was very fortunate at the drops, I have to admit. But yeah, looking at Griffin odds, one thing that was actually really helpful, and boy, I can't even remember what was the name of Zoomies was doing those rankings. I don't know. Were you familiar with the Zoomies site?
I heard of it, but it wasn't around when I came in.
Yeah, I mean, they weren't around that long, but the rankings kind of sucked at first. And they were very open to feedback, and they refined their algorithm, and very quickly it became useful, and they had open sea listings on their rankings. And so it actually, there was a stretch of time, a couple of weeks, where I would just, every couple of hours I would go onto that site and kind of scroll through their rankings and see, if anything popped up within, the top 500 ranked horses on there at a reasonable price. I would buy it or place a bid on it. So that actually did me really well. And unfortunately that site went away, but yeah, just looking for good racers based on odds that were better than what I had was very simplistic. There's no like mad scientist. I'm not as smart as like an arbitrage, I'll tell you that.
So would you be on the same side as arbitrage to saying our odds were too easy to discover a horse, especially a new one, if they're really good?
Oh yeah, 100%. And Poseidon actually brought this up, back in probably April or May. He did a stream on it. It was very controversial, but I think for the longevity of the game, odds were not good. They were too accurate. They gave you too much information. It made the game too much of a, adrenaline rush based on odds versus a discovery game. Right. I don't think that, once if it kept going on that trajectory, where does this game end up? It ends up with a bunch of horses that have really good odds, really close together, racing against each other in class one, and just like passing money around. I think there needs to be some sort of more discovery and strategy involved in it to make it profitable for all of us, and more sustainable. I mean, the end goal here, I think, for all of us should be to grow this to the point where there's enough users, we all work together to make this a positive community environment, to draw more people in. And then sponsors are going to come in because of that user base. And we're going to be playing for sponsorship money, not each other's money. I think that that's what we all need to be working towards here. So, yeah, kind of a tangent that I ran off on here. And I don't remember actually what the original question was.
I do that all the time as well. It's all good. So we'll go back to your drop horses. how'd you justify spending the money for a Z1? Like, just give me your thought process there when you're going and buying the Z1 horse.
Boy, this is actually I bought two Z2s at the first drop, and it was kind of a tough justification. I looped my wife in on the investment because it's like, shit, I'm going to spend $20,000 on digital horses here. I'm like totally aping in on this thing that it's I don't know. It seems legit to me, but I don't want to invest. It's our money. Yeah, it's not just my money. So I would feel irresponsible if I had without kind of looping her in. But I just the more that I dove in on Zed and listened to intelligent people, it's like, man, this makes sense, and things are booming right now. It just seemed like a good investment. So those were the first Z2s that I bought. The Z1 was a different case. I think it was the Terra drop, where the one where they had all the links. Where you were around for that, right?
Mm-mm.
No, okay. So there was a drop, and there was a lot of drama with these drops over the summer. Zed just couldn't get it right. I'm not going to say it's their fault, but people are always trying to take advantage of the system, and you want to try to get these horses into newer stables' hands, right? So they did this one where they released, I think they took like a snapshot of if you had a stable at this time, and then they gave you a link for a particular wave. So everybody wasn't trying to compete at the same time for all these horses. You get like a little bit better of a chance to go after them, and like one person can't buy up too many horses. Unfortunately, they made it so that the links were shareable. So it wasn't like this link is attached to your stable. So, and they came out and said, you can share links. It's like, well, this kind of defeats the whole point. And it was like this weird, like moral dilemma. Like, well, everybody else is going to be sharing links. Like, it's kind of stupid not to. Like, we all want horses, right? So I think most people ended up sharing links. One of the links was broken, and so like a lot of the drops, they called them different waves. A lot of these waves sold out, and this one had a broken link that nobody could really access, but somehow some people got the link that actually worked. And I kind of came into that link, and there was a bunch of Z1s sitting there after the drop, and all the other ones had sold out, and they were selling on the open market for over the drop price. And you can kind of see it on OpenSea. So I was like, man, it's kind of a low risk investment, at least in the short term, to buy a Z1 here. Like, I could race it, and if it's not good, I can probably sell it and get my money back out. And at that time, there was a 10% discount code, like a referral code, and you could get it by sending it to yourself, essentially, like start another stable. So I used this 10% discount code and bought one of the Z1s that were just kind of sitting there like 24 hours after the drop. And then I was kind of sitting there. I'm like, man, they're still selling, and there's still more here. I can sell this for a profit and buy another one. So I list it for sale, and it sells, and I go and use another 10% discount code to buy another one. I profit like 1 ETH on it. And I don't know if this is kosher to be saying, but it's this NFTs. It's like everyone's trying to find an angle to take advantage of market inefficiencies. So I did that, and then the thought comes to me is like, I should race this one and see if it's any good. I mean, if it's a donkey, I can sell it again and buy another one. So it was Unyielding that I lucked into. It was the second one I bought, and I raced him, and he pulled good odds. And I wasn't sure like how good he was, but he was good enough that I didn't want to risk selling him and buying another one and ending up with a donkey. So I held on to him, and man, am I fortunate that I did, because this guy might be the best breeder in the game, best breeding Z1 male. And he's really opened up so many doors for me as far as relationships, networking, partnerships in Zed. I've worked really closely with Doofy and Jack from Good Boy Racing on Unyielding breeds, and I'm very grateful that I ended up with that horse. But that, long story short, actually long story long, because I've gone on a while about how good. This all happened.
It's a podcast. You can talk as long as you want.
That's how I ended up with my first Z1.
I love that. So how'd you go about finding that this horse was a good breeder? Was it that people were coming to you wanting to breed with this horse? Like, how'd you start making all these connections and realizing that this horse was a good breeder?
So I wanted to keep I think this is kind of was a common uh, idea for a while, kind of holding your bloodline in your stable and protecting it, which I've kind of softened on over the past couple months, because I think that there's more advantage to making deals and partnerships and bringing other blood into your stable, and genetic diversity, or whatever you want to call it. But at the time when I bred him the first time, I was like, there was no minimums, right? There was minimums, but they were all like the butyrine minimums when breeding opened the second time. And that's when I bred unyielding for the first time. And I'm like, I'll throw them in at like $700. It's well above the floor. I don't think anybody else is like going to try to snipe it right away. And I'll get, my 50% discount for breeding with another one of my stables, and snag all three. So I throw them in there intending to grab all three. And of course I get sniped. And I look and I see that, oh, it's Doofy that sniped me. And he used his like best Z1 female breeder of vast sensibility. And I was like, well, if you're going to get sniped by somebody, at least it's a good horse. My goal was to protect this bloodline and, breed only my best female mares into unyielding, and, make him look like a really good breeder. So that I could charge higher stud fees down the line. Like, at least somebody didn't breed a donkey with my Z1, was kind of how I thought about it. Turns out that that offspring ended up being a really good racer by the name of Toto Annihilation, and Doofy was very happy with it. And I followed Doofy's streams at that time pretty closely, and he started talking about Toto in one of them, and I was in the chat room. I'm like, hey, I own the sire Unyielding, and I think he had 6 offspring, Unyielding did, at that time, and they were all positive ROI. There were no donkeys in there, which is pretty rare for a Z1 or a Z2 stud. There just seems to be, call it what you want, mutation or whatever, but it's rare that you sift through a Genesis Knox offspring and don't see at least a couple donkeys sitting in there, because they seem to mutate so much. When you breed them, there's just so much upside, and so much they fall far from the tree typically, or they can. So he's been very consistent, and you just don't see that very often. And I was pretty confident that he was a very good breeder just based on that small sample. And Doofy was buying in too, because he had the best offspring. And he's looked at a lot of horses as well, and you just don't see it that often. So we ended up talking on Discord about making some sort of a deal where he took all of the breeds, and it was mutually beneficial. I really wanted a Ducky Malin offspring, so we talked about it for a while, and eventually came to a deal where I ended up getting a Ducky offspring and another legendary knock offspring from the deal. Which also turned out to be really good. And all of the offspring, he just kept kicking out winners. And I mean, if you look at Unyielding's family tree, it's just ridiculous. There's like one donkey in there, and you can tell that it's still got the base ability. It's still going to be a really good breeder. So that's kind of the story of Unyielding, and how he got me in the door with a lot of these other stables.
Awesome. I love that a horse that has certain abilities, either racing abilities or breeding abilities, allows you to network, and now you can meet some more people, and now you have that connection in the future to where maybe you and Doofy, I see you and Doofy do the auction. So like, I'm sure without Unyielding distance, you don't get to that auctions point, right? So it's pretty cool that a breeding horse will lead to that kind of relationship, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've made a lot of friends because of Unyielding.
That's awesome. So you have a guy like Arbitrage come on yesterday, and he says that you are the best breeder in the game. How do you go from one single horse to being called the best breeder in the game? Are you getting the blood tool? What are you doing different, and what do you have that makes your breed stand out?
Well, I don't know if he said best breeder, and maybe one of the best breeders. I've been very fortunate, and I went on Zed Gazette's Twitter Spaces yesterday and talked a bit about this. I don't want to present myself as some sort of expert, because I don't think that I am. I think I've been very fortunate. I got lucky with getting Unyielding at a drop. I got also lucky buying another Z1 stud by the name of Minted Molly, who I'm starting to think might be better than Unyielding, which is just crazy to say. Like I somehow I've lucked into two of the best breeding Z1 studs in the game. And then I also at the first drop, that April 2nd drop, I bought a Z7 filly by the name of Peach for Hours. And if you pull up this horse's family tree, I think it's the most ridiculous thing in Zed. She's bred Triumph for Hours, which you're familiar with. She bred a horse by the name of Shadow for Hours, which was one of my first great breeds. Unfortunately, I think she might have been nerfed. I'm not sure. She has not been performing recently, but she won a $500 entry at like 1600 or something like that a couple months ago, and she was just a machine in class one. And she has produced good offspring as well. You might be familiar with Shadow for Days, who I put into both of those Netflix races. She's won a couple of the $500 entry races, and she kind of has, to a certain degree, like your diamonds, that kind of range where I can throw her in any class one race between 1,000 and 2,000 meters, and I know that she's got a chance to win if she lands on the right side of the U. But yeah, all these monsters are coming from this family tree. So I got three just incredible breeders. It's like when you keep breeding them with Genesis knock blood, it's almost like you can do no wrong. And I started accumulating that when breeding fees were low. I spent a lot of time in the stud farm just waiting for people to throw in reasonably priced Z1s and Z2s and snagging them where I could. And it adds up. You know, it's to a certain extent a numbers game, that if you just keep shooting, you're going to hit some. And then once you do hit some, those genetics are there in that offspring, and they're going to have a decent hit rate if you keep breeding those with more Genesis knocks. So the secret to me really is breeding with Z1 and Z2 Genesis in the stud farm. Of course, that's not feasible for a lot of people. It is costly. I've pumped a lot of money into breeding. I've got a lot of experience. I've bred a lot of donkeys. But again, you just keep shooting. You're going to hit some if you've got enough of a bankroll build up where you can just keep breeding. It was much easier, over the summer when the resale market was booming. The risk wasn't that high. You were able to breed them, and if they didn't match the threshold for your stable, sell them off and kind of, like I said, rinse and repeat at that time. But that's kind of how I've gotten to the point where it was luck coming in, but it's no longer luck because I know I've got the right pieces. I know just breed them with Genesis Nakamoto, and eventually they're going to hit, as costly as it is. I think that kind of sums it up. So it's there's not really a secret to it. I mean, I guess the secret, which is no longer a secret, is looking for high base ability horses. Now all Z1s and Z2s are going to have a pretty high level of base ability. I guess the piece that people probably are curious about is how to determine base ability. I know that there's now sites out there that kind of analyze it, and you did mention the blood tool. I don't have the blood tool, but I've heard lots of. I mean, a good portion of my friends do have it and say only good things about it. It's just like at this point, I don't really need it because it's like I know what I'm doing and what to look for. So, and I have such good pieces that it's like, yeah, I'm sure that it would be helpful, but I don't feel the need at this time to pay for the blood tool. But the way that I look for breeding partners is, a telltale sign of high base ability is the finishing positions of the horses. So if they're finishing in the top half consistently in class one, that's going to be a pretty high base ability horse. There's three pieces. Again, I don't think any of this is like secret, but there's three things that make a horse: a distance preference, variance or deviation, and base ability. And all that's getting passed down in the current breeding algorithm, which might change. I hope that it does change because it doesn't leave a lot of strategy right now. The base ability is what's getting passed down. And then, it randomizes the variation, the variance, the deviation, whatever you want to call it, and the distance preference. So if you've got two high base ability horses and you keep mashing them together, then you've got one of the three pieces, and you're just looking to get lucky on the variance and the distance preference pieces. So to determine base ability, I look at the finishing positions of these horses, and again, you got to look at a lot of them to really figure out what is a really high base ability Genesis Z1 and Z2, because they're all pretty good, And so which ones are worth paying up, an extra amount to give you a little extra shot. So you want to try to take out. The reason Unyielding to me is so great is because he doesn't have any variance, and you can tell that because he's not finishing at the back end, and he's not winning a ton. He'll win some, but there's a lot of second and third places, a lot of fourths. There's not a lot past like seventh place, and this is even when you put him in Class 1 paid races. So you can kind of tell there's not a lot of variance there, so it makes it easier to see the base ability. And then if you look at just mid-distance races, 1400 to 1800, then you're taking out that distance preference. You're taking out the sprints and the long distance races. So you're kind of isolating that base ability by doing that. So that's not to say if you've got a high variance horse or a strong distance preference, it doesn't have high base ability. It's just tougher to tell, which makes it a little bit riskier breed. So I guess if there was, a secret piece, I guess that would be what it is. But I think that that's becoming kind of common knowledge as well.
Gotcha. So I was going to ask you what type of horse is your favorite, but I think you answered it. I was going to ask you, is a variance, a distance preference, or just a high base ability horse your favorite? It sounds like a high base ability horse is your favorite because those would be the best breeders and they're just far less skewed on the racing.
Yeah, I mean, my favorite is high base ability, high variance, high distance preference, right? That's the best of both worlds,
Right.
But it's also hard to tell. It's hard to tell what the base ability is when you get a great distance preference variance horse like I guess Diamonds doesn't have that strong of a distance preference, but the variance is so high. It's like, how do you tell what is the actual base ability here? And there's a lot of those horses out there, which, it's worth breeding them and building a sample to see. But yeah, as in terms of finding breeding partners, I think that the risk is lower if you just find ones that don't have the strong distance preference and variance.
So when you come and breed with a Z1, are you just looking at the racing, or do you have a combination that you like? Do you like to bring like Z7s and plug those into Z1s, Z9s, plug those into Z1s? Like, what's your favorite type of combination when you're breeding with a Z1?
I was talking to Kevin from Arbitrage about this yesterday, actually, because I've had so much success breeding Genesis Finney mares into Z1s and Z2s. I think the hit rate, the risk reward, and hit rate are maybe best doing that, but it's hard to say for sure because the resale value when you do miss is not there. But I think the hit rate is higher than if you're breeding like another Z1 or Z2 Genesis into a Z1. The upside, though, I think we got to say the upside is highest if you're breeding two Z1s together at this point. It's hard to deny that when you look at the best bred horses out there. I mean, yeah, you've got the Crimson Chin. You've got Triumph for Hours. I know there's a handful of others that aren't legendary Z2, legendary Z3, but I think if you look through the best bred horses out there, there's a lot of legendary Nakamotos, and there's a lot of downside in breeding two Z1s together or two Z2s or whatever. But I guess those are my two preferences: breeding legendary two Genesis Nakamotos together, or a good Genesis female Finney into a Z1 or Z2 Genesis. I think that those are the two best combinations that I found, but this could also be anecdotal. Like, these are just the good pieces that I had to work with and what I've seen. So, I'm not necessarily a data guy. I kind of go off of feel and my own experience. So that's kind of all that I can speak to. I have talked with plenty of people that do have data about this kind of base ability it's not even a theory anymore. It's fact. Like this is how it's working right now. But I do want to say also that I think that it's important that we don't get tunnel vision and focus on the way it is right now, because I do think that they're going to tweak it. I think they need to tweak it. I think they know that as well. That they've said they're probably going to add distance preference in, so that changes the game. I hope they don't tweak it too much too quick, and they really make subtle tweaks and see what the effect is, because obviously none of us want suddenly all of our good horses to be devalued because breeding becomes a lot easier.
Right. And then if you change that, are you changing all the previous offspring from all these horses that were bred? Like, could those possibly now have the distance preference, do you think?
No, I don't think that they would do that. I don't think, because that would require a rebreeding. Essentially, they would have to like rerun those breeds. I don't think that they're going to do. I think there would be a mass outrage if that happened. I think it will be. I mean, they might be doing it right now for all we know. They might be making tweaks to the breeding algorithm. It's not the same as tweaking the racing algorithm. You tweak the racing algorithm, which is why people have, there's been uproar about it. That changes the value of your horses that you already have. You change the breeding algorithm, that's only changing future bred horses. And that's the part of the game that I think that there's the most potential for them to work with, to change the ecosystem, the market, and really improve things. Because, right now it's nonsensical to try to breed two exclusives together. At least, breeding like into a Nakamoto exclusive, if you're breeding in stable, yeah, it might be worth the shot because you're getting that discount. But still, I mean, you look at like the difference in price between breeding into an exclusive Nakamoto stud and a Genesis. Like you can find Genesis Z2s at the min all day right now. It's like, do you really want for a 50% unstable discount? I mean, I guess if you've got a monster that has high base ability at the exclusive level and it's like a Z3, yeah, maybe it makes sense. But right now it's just, to me, it doesn't make sense the way that the price rungs work. There should be a bigger gap between breeding with the Genesis, a legendary, an exclusive, and elite. There's just no incentive to go below Genesis for me right now.
Do you have like any prices that you would like to see? Like how would you bracket it?
I haven't really considered the exact price. I guess just spitballing here. What are we at? Like 350 minimum for Genesis Nakamoto? I think I'd like to see it drop to, maybe like 220 for legendary, and then like 160 for exclusive, and then like 120 for elite or something like that, because it's such a long shot right now breeding into even legendaries. Like I just am not having much luck breeding a legend, like a real, I know the Z2 female legendary has high base ability, and I know this Z2 male has high base ability. I breed them together, you'd think that there would be a decent hit rate there on that Z4 exclusive coming from some really good blood and base ability, and it's like it's just really low hit rate. I am not having success, and it makes me hesitant. It's like I gotta breed these horses. The blood is so good and the base ability is so good. I gotta imagine they're gonna hit eventually, and I get the 50% discount. So it's like I got to keep doing it, but man, how much money am I going to sink into it when, they keep missing?
Right. I'm kind of on that same path. I have two Z2 legendaries and I'm printing Z4s every month. I haven't really got anything good, but I know, and I'm sure once you get that one horse, you could probably make up for all
the rest.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So where do you come up with these 4 hours and 4 days names? Like where'd you get that theme from on your horses?
Oh, well, yeah. Like I told you, that they all come from that Peach for Hours Z7 Genesis. So anything that's come, I try to build a brand on it, because the first time I bred that Shadow for Hours, which came from Shadow Lawn, a Z1, and Peach for Hours, and it was a really good horse. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to breed some more for Hours horses, and I want to have all these awesome for Hours horses running around the track. And then, I kind of ran out of for Hours names, so I started going for days, and then for years, and for months, and for minutes and seconds. So, if you see those horses running around and they're kicking your ass. They're all coming from Peach for Hours, which is just incredible. And if you haven't looked at that family tree, pull it up and take a look at Peach for Hours, because it's just unbelievable. I don't think there's another bloodline in Zed that has been so successful. Part of it is that I've only bred her with, I won't say only, almost only bred her with Z1s. So I have curated that bloodline very carefully. And, I've tried to find the highest base abilities. Some of those have missed, but man, it's incredible how the grandchildren are even really good, like Shadow for Days. And then Shadow for Days even has some solid offspring. No class 1 champions, but I mean, these are all profitable horses that you just don't see that.
What's your favorite horse that you bred, and what was the story of you discovering it? How'd you figure out it was a good racer? What distance? And then what's the biggest buy-in you put it in?
Oh man. Well, I mean, it's narrowed to, for sure. Shadow for Days is a very fun horse. And that one I put in the 2 Netflix races, but I think the answer actually is Triumph for Hours. It's gotta be. I mean, this horse, I think, I don't want to disrespect anybody else, but I think it's the best 2,600 meter horse in the game. It's raced in 3 $500 entries in class 1. It's won 2 of them, and it took second in another. So that's a pretty good track record in high stakes class 1. So funny story here, and I've actually been talking to GVG over the past 24 hours, because he was in the Twitter Spaces, and I kind of shouted out to him in there. I'm like, hey, hit me up. Like, I've been trying to work some deals with GVG on breeding, and we had talked about it, and he's a busy man and he's hard to pin down. So he put Glorious Triumph into stud at like 0.6 ETH. And this was when things were booming, and that didn't seem like it seemed like a good price, to be honest, because Glorious Triumph, very high base ability, good track record as a breeder. I knew this horse was a monster. And I don't know if he put it in at that price intending to take all 3 breeds himself, because it really was not an outrageous price at that time. And so I saw Glorious Triumph pop into stud, and I'm like, shit, 0.6, I gotta take at least one of these. So I try to take it, and it errors. It was back when breeding was having a bunch of errors. I don't know if you were there at this time, but it was a mess. It was constantly, you didn't know if breeding was going to work or not from day to day. And so I'm thinking, like, is GVG sitting there trying to take these breeds, and he can't either? So I stay up into the early hours of the morning, just kind of checking if I could breed with Glorious Triumph. And eventually I got one to go through with my legendary Z2 mare by the name of Jaded, who has had a decent track record. And then I'm like, well, you know what? Let me try to take another one. And so I bred Peach for Hours with Glorious Triumph. And I actually ended up taking a third one. I bred Shadow for Hours into Glorious Triumph. So I took all 3 of them. I spent 1.8 ETH. It was an expensive night. And I didn't know for a long time how good Triumph for Hours was. I thought that she was a mid. I raced her for the longest time. I won't say for the longest time, because I wasn't sure how good she was. And she started out so well at 1,600, 1,800, 2,000 that I was almost kind of like leaving her be, because it was like 50% win rate through like 20 races. It's like, there's not a lot of other horses that are putting these kind of numbers up. Like, the value of just having that showing to me at that time was very high. So it's like, I didn't really want to mess with it. I didn't know how good she was. In retrospect, very stupid of myself, because she actually turned out to be a distance horse and one of the best in the game. But that first tournament, the inaugural tournament, I tried to qualify Triumph for Hours at mid and did not. And if I had gone long distance, there's no way that she wouldn't have qualified, and she would have been a legit contender, So lesson to learn there. It was right after that. I was like, I should probably toss her in 2,400. And then she pulled flames against some good horses. And then, the rest is kind of history. But that was actually when Kevin from Arbitrage and I started talking. He made me an offer for her. I was like, I don't think I want to sell right now. I'd like to see her against some of the best class 1 horses in long distance races, because she hasn't gotten up there yet. and he kind of threw out there that he'd be open to buying half and managing her. And so I kind of was kicking it around. I had never made partnerships with people before in that form. I mean, it takes a lot of trust to get into bed with this type of stuff with somebody. And I've been hesitant for a while to make joint purchases or anything like that. But that got my head going on partnerships, and it kind of led us down the road that we ended up at here.
So how'd you guys get to arbitrage hands? Was it I asked him and he said that you guys were kind of both looking at Festus and then you guys just kind of said let's join together. What's the story of you guys teaming up and what's your guys' plans for the future?
Yeah, so like I said, it started with Triumph, this idea that he floated about buying half of Triumph for Hours and managing her. And it just got me brainstorming because I've got so many horses that I just can't manage them all. And I know that they're profitable. And, I just don't have the desire to spend the time on racing. Breeding, I've spent a lot of time figuring out breeding. And that's kind of, I like racing in high stakes class one. That's what is enjoyable to me. I just don't have the mindset. They're so good at what they do at arbitrage, and there's other people that are very good at this as well, finding the right place for horses in the racing landscape and where they're going to be most profitable, and just hammering it home there. And I have so much faith from talking to Kevin and getting to know him over the past, I don't know how many months, that no matter what changes come to racing, they're going to be able to adapt, and they're probably going to be the first ones to find the most profitable place in the racing landscape. So it's like, the more I thought about it, it's like, I've got all these horses. They're not as valuable in my hands as they would be in somebody like his. And I know that I'm only going to have more. It's only a matter of time before I land another, Triumph for Hours or Shadow for Day. Like I've already bred, I don't know, 4 or 5 monsters, and then another probably 20 like really profitable horses that can hang in class one. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But more are going to be coming. And I think that that's kind of what enticed Kevin when I look at building some sort of partnership. To me, it's all about finding an angle that's mutually beneficial and incentivizes I do well, you do well. If both people are looking at it that way, then that's the best kind of partnership that has some sort of synergy and incentivizes us to help each other and share what we know. And, that was kind of the angle that I approached it at. And I wanted to know what would make sense to him, because this is the way that I'm looking at it. Like, I've got all these horses and they're better off with you. And if I can still own 50% of them and, basically start collecting revenue on them and then cut you in on future breeds at a discounted price, I think that was kind of the best of both worlds. And I think it's going to work out really well. Like I said, that they're so smart. They're so much smarter than me. I'm lucky. They're smart.
So on your side, you guys have got Evergreen Gates, Festus, and Rey Del Mundo. Which one of those horses are you most excited to test out on breeding?
Oh, definitely Evergreen Gates, because it's a Z3 legendary female that I think has really high base ability. It's there's definitely some variance there, so it's hard to tell how good again. But yeah, Festus is a male exclusive. We've already kind of hit on that. I'm not super excited about breeding the males. To me, it's all about finding high base ability females, because you can find high base ability males in the stud farm, or if you've got a female that entices other people, you can make deals. You can go to somebody that has, say, a Glorious Triumph potentially and say, hey, let's do this breed twice. You get one, I get one, kind of a thing, which I've done a ton with Unyielding and my other Z1 male minted Molly. So yeah, in terms of breeding, that's I think that's the one that I'm most excited about.
I love that. That's cool that you guys are kind of partnering up and you got like the racer, you're letting him do his thing, and then you can come in on the breeding side and do your thing, and then we'll see what you guys create out of that.
Well, yeah, not only that, I mean, he hit on this when you guys were talking yesterday. I caught a bit of it, but I think that there is a desire to make it clear that we still have our own identities as stables. This is kind of a side project, and our own stables still are going to come first. We're just kind of working together on this other joint venture. And as I breed new horses, you know, I'm naturally going to keep him in the loop, and he's going to be keeping an eye on them. And if one catches his eye, you know, I'm totally open to selling them 50% at a very friendly price, get this thing into their hands early so I don't fuck it up. And then maximize profits, you know. So that's kind of the idea. It makes a lot of sense, and I'm sure that we're going to see other people starting to do this type of stuff because it just makes too much sense.
How does a guy like WagMe coming in make you step your game up?
Man, I love WagMe. I've gotten to know WagMe pretty well because I sold Forever New to him. I don't know if you knew that, but that was their first really big purchase. You know, they aped in obviously, and they bought I want to say maybe like Music City. They probably paid 12 ETH for or something like that. They made some big purchases before they bought Forever New, but that was the first real big one. And so you know, once that deal went through, we stayed in touch. And I mean, WagMe is so good for the game. The injection of liquidity that he's put in, I mean, he may have I keep saying he because it is two brothers. I don't know. I'm sure that they're fine with me saying this. But I had talked to one of them that handles their Discord, and yeah, it's just like that liquidity that they've put into the game and their confidence in the game goes a long ways. And it has this, you know, I call it the trickle down WagMe effect, because the liquidity that they've given to other stables that still obviously believe in Zed, they reinvest in other places in Zed, and it boosts everything. And, you know, they're kind of setting market prices. I know people think that a lot of these buys that they're making are kind of outrageous. And I honestly, I beg to differ. I think that, like, I sold Forever New to them for 27 ETH, I think it was. And I would not make that sale. Honest to God, I would not sell Forever New for 27 ETH if I didn't know that I could go turn around and invest that 27 ETH back into this market that I see as a down market right now. I think Forever New is going to be $1 million horse one day, maybe not that long into the future. That's just the way that I look at this game long term. I think that the potential is so high for great racing, Genesis Z1s and Z2s, and obviously WagMe has that same kind of approach to it. So yeah, I think that they're very intelligent. And you know, say what you will about the prices that they've paid for their buys. You know, I said this to WagMe. I mean, people, who cares if people criticize? Who cares if you paid 5 ETH too much if your horse is worth $1 million in, you know, 6 to 12 months? Like, who's going to care that you paid? It's like pennies, really, in the grand scheme, if it plays out the way that I think we expect it to.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no guarantees.
I think with the community, that's probably one of the biggest signs that this is going to play out. Then the game itself, and then the like guys like WagMe, and then you got Perry on Dow coming in and buying these horses. But I wholeheartedly agree. Honestly, I think people letting these horses go for these prices is selling Bitcoin at like $9,000. People don't realize what they have and like the real potential of what their horse could have been or what it really will go for 5 years from now.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to criticize somebody for,
Taking
you know,
profit.
say you bought Bitcoin at $500 and sold it at 9,000. It's tough to criticize that. But yeah, I think that from my point of view, you sure don't want to sell all out of your Bitcoin, you know, if and use that analogy in Zed. I mean, if you sell and take some profits, I would at least look at putting part of that back to work in Zed in some form. You know, not financial advice, as they say.
It's just like, man, like you could sell a horse like that, but you never know when they're going to have this $1 million race. And if you have a horse that can compete in that race, to me personally, why sell it when you know you got a shot? Because if you can win that race, anything can happen. You're going to get $1 million and you're going to keep the damn horse. It's a win-win. And now you still have the horse to race some more.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got their own situations, and
Right.
the reasons people do what they do can be motivated by a lot of different reasons, and I guess it's not for us to necessarily judge that, but I do agree.
Right. No. Yeah, I 100% agree. Um, how much hours are you putting into this game a day?
Like 24. It's definitely an obsession, an addiction, and it's at times not healthy. I think a lot of people listening probably have similar experience where it just kind of takes over your life. And, I see it having negative effects in places. And, I have a background of a lot of meditation and introspection. So it's, I, it's hard for me to keep my balance when I've become like so obsessed. Like I'm very self-aware and I see it happening, but I just enjoy it so much and I see such a bright future that I also don't want to step back too far. So um, yeah, for me, it's very difficult finding that balance right now because I love Zed Run, I really do, and it's become literally a full time job for me. I'd still do, again, I'm in the fantasy sports industry, and I have like a very very part time job uh, in the business world that I've kind of got my foot out the door a couple of years ago and been working less and less and less, and this has provided me another source of income as well. But yeah, there's definitely a double-edged sword, the positives and negatives of it taking over your life, and you can really have effects on your relationships. Fortunately, my wife, I was very open with her getting into it, and I looped her in, and she understands the long-term vision that I have for the game and this platform and industry. I call it an industry and legitimate business. So I look at it as kind of an upstart that I'm building, and it's it takes a lot of time in the early stages. I've invested a lot of time, but a big payoff of this as well is the relationships that I've been able to build. I never would have expected to have the friendships with some of the people in this community that I have built. I consider Doofy a very close friend, Jack from Good Boy Racing, Kevin from Arbitrage, Keith from Crimson, the Know Your Horses guys. I mean, I talk to these guys like every single day. Like they've become almost my closest friends, which is just crazy to say. So it is tough when you start to see yourself neglecting other relationships.
But like you say that you kind of like your wife, you'd explained it to her. So how do you explain this to like one of your buddies that you didn't really like walk him into this whole process? Like how are you telling your friends about this game? Because it's nutty, right? Like especially when you get into numbers and how much some of these horses are going for, how much you can win in a day. It's nutty when you're telling someone outside of this game, right?
Yeah, well, I have brought friends into the game, and I actually, one of my closest friends, like I brought in like very early. So I mean, he's taken a totally different approach to the game, and he's in a different place in his life. I think when people have families, I don't have kids or anything, so that gives me a lot more flexibility to take some big risks that aren't going to affect kids
Right.
and their future. Um, but yeah, everybody's coming from different angles. I've brought my brother into the game as well, and we actually have a small side project as well where we own a couple of horses together, and I'll send him horses to race them and help me figure out what they are, and he'll send them back, and we share in any profits, and I fund the stable, kind of a thing. But yeah, I mean, just talking to people that aren't necessarily don't have a crypto background, I think that I've actually brought my uncle into the game, and he knew nothing about crypto. He was just a big horse racing fan. So I think that it's important to lead with a discussion about crypto in general, especially if you actually think the person will enjoy the game and might want to get in. I think that it's very necessary to give a crypto background about blockchain, There's a lot of risks involved. It's so easy to make mistakes and lose a lot of money. Security is so important. So I think that that's like the first step. And then once you start to lay that foundation of explaining that, then you kind of get into, so this is what NFTs are, and this is why I'm excited about this one in particular. And then here's some other use cases and potential utility for NFTs, and why I think, tokenizing things has such a bright future in a lot of different ways, and, kind of go from there. I think once you take that foundation, once you build from the bottom up with explaining crypto and then NFTs and then Zed, and then how Zed works and how you are profiting and see it playing out in the future, I think that makes a lot more sense than just jumping in and saying, hey, digital horse racing, yada, 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 $100,000.
Gotcha. No, I like that. And I like that you said that some people come in and they play different games. Some people will come in here and they want to have the best racer. Some people will come in and they just want to have a good time. So for your friends that you get in that want to have a good racer, or for the viewers, how much Ethereum do you need to come into this game and be profitable? And what should you go get?
I happened to see I got like a YouTube notification last night or something like that. And you had asked Sunny Days this question. And I thought his answer was really good, that, you can find, if you know what to look for. And I think that's the hard part, knowing how to analyze these horses. Surrounding yourself with people that understand the game and are open to sharing what they know, listening to somebody like you that has people on that understand how to analyze these horses and what is actually profitable, what might be fool's gold. I think that's the toughest part for a new person coming in. I mean, there's a lot to learn. There's a very steep learning curve. You don't just want to dive in. I think you got to learn the game first, absorb as much as you can, but there are deals out there. I mean, this is a buyer's market. There's zero doubt about that. There's profitable horses, like Sunny Days said, sitting on the market for 0.1, 0.15, and you can jump in for that if you know what to look for. And you can have a profitable class 3, even class 2. Potentially you hit on a class 1 horse. I mean, Arbitrage sent me one that they bought a couple of days ago for like 0.14 that he thinks is going to be an absolute monster. So just what we need is Arbitrage with another monster, right?
They don't stop, man. Every time I wake up, like, I'll go look at their Twitter bio or something. It's a new horse in there. I'm like, God damn it, dude.
But yeah, to answer your question, I don't think you need that much, but what you do need is to spend the time learning the game, absorbing. For me, you don't know what you don't know. And I always try to surround myself with people that know more than me.
I love that. Leverage the community first, especially if there's good people that you can get in contact with that aren't going to try and buy that horse that you're asking about. Yeah, leverage Twitter. If you can go directly to this person and ask them a question and you look up to them, go do it. They're going to help you, and they'll even maybe like give you tips on that horse. Be like, no, that horse is shit. Go look at this one or something. So leverage the community. There's a lot of good people in this community and a lot of questions that can be answered, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that somebody like me, somebody like Arbitrage, these bigger stable, I mean, we've got reputations to protect at this point. I'm trying to build something big here. I'm trying to build a brand, and my vision for my stable and partnerships that I build is to continue to raise the bar and keep the best racers and sell the next tier down, which will be very valuable assets in other stables and very profitable racers. And I want it to be common knowledge that, hey, he's not selling horses because they don't have value and they're trash, but because, he just doesn't have the time. Time is the limiting factor at this point. I know what I can produce, and I'm hoping that becomes common knowledge. So if you consider that, there's no incentive for me to do anything shady and betray anyone's trust. And I think there's a lot of stables out there that see it that way. I mean, if somebody comes to me and in trust asks me my opinion on the horse, of course I'm not gonna turn around and go buy the thing,
Right.
at least not without clearing it with that person
Right.
first. So yeah, I think that is something. If you can get in touch with people, right now my inbox is not too crazy, but I don't want 500 people sending me horses, which
Right.
could happen down the road.
Right. Yeah, not saying you, but just in the broader crypto space, a lot of people are going to try and take your money. So like just always be careful about that and just go to people you trust. Go to someone like you, go to Sunny Days, go to these people that have a reputation that are going to be in this game for a long time. They have no incentive to fuck you over, right? Because
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
wants
I
to
mean,
play this game for a
always,
long time.
always, always be skeptical. That's for sure. Don't trust anyone too much.
Yeah, never give out your
You got
seed
to,
phrase.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to come at it from a strategic, analytical angle. When I'm looking at owning horses jointly with people, the reason I'm comfortable with it, not that I don't trust the people, I do, but it's more beneficial for them to work with me. And it's kind of, like crypto in general. Bitcoin was the first to create this system, this network where it's more beneficial to work together than to try to hack it and do something shady. And that's the dream here behind all of it. It's like, if we're working together here and we create a partnership where it's more beneficial for us to be working together than us to try to screw each other, of course we're going to trust each other, right?
Right. And then so when you're doing these partnerships, you're getting into like multi-sig wallets and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we'll share the seed phrase, and I think that that's important, that both sides have access to be able to see what's going on, and transfer if needed, if something were to happen to the other person, right? I mean, God forbid,
Right.
that's always a possibility. When I've sent horses, valuable horses, to other people, the thought has crossed my mind, like, shit, what if he gets in a car accident and I just gave him a $40,000 horse to breed? So that thought is always kind of has to be lingering in the mind, like, not that somebody's going to do something shady, but anything can happen in life.
Anything can happen. Last question for you, man. If you could change one thing in Zed Run right now, you could bring back odds, take away flames, take away fatigue, whatever you want to do. You could change one thing. What would you change and why?
Boy. um Without putting a lot of thought in it, I'm sure that there's a better answer that I can give, but I think changing the class system, I mean, they've taken good steps here, but I think that there's still a lot of improvement to be made here on the class system. My huge concern about the way the class system was, and I think it's still to be seen how it plays out with the new class points and class system, but I still have major concerns about there being a place for new stables to learn the game without being preyed upon by people sandbagging and taking advantage of the system. It's hard to blame anybody for taking advantage of, just like I did with unyielding. It's like, if it's there and you can profit from it, people are going to, and it's hard to blame them for doing that. But from my point of view, I don't sandbag. And one of the reasons for that, other than me being stupid, is that I don't want to hurt the growth of the platform. I think that that's most important right now, is having a safe place for people to be able to come in and learn the game. So I think some sort of tweaks need to be made, both to the class system, class points still, and maiden races, that type of thing. Horses with less than 5% win rate can only be in these types of races. Create a safe place where you can race against horses that aren't, you get a Vanilla Bean for the longest time was down there in class 4 and 5. Class 1 horse just absolutely crushing all of these new players. I don't even want to think about how many users came, bought a horse for too much, raced it against Vanilla Bean, lost their asses, and are never coming back. How many people has that happened to? How many more users would there be out there right now? I'm not sure, but I think that is, probably the biggest issue in my eyes is creating a safe place for people to learn the game, and maybe figuring out how to remove some of the steepness from the learning curve. I know that that's kind of on Zed's radar, and then incentivizing people to race up into class one. I think they've tried to do that, and I think that there's much more effective ways to do that. I'm sure that is on the team's radar. Whether it's creating these juiced up prize pools or tournaments for class one only or whatever. But if you can create some incentives to get people to not want to be down in class, you can still leave these then these windows can be open, these doors can be open to declassing your horses, but the incentive is greater to move them up into class one. I think that that's the best of both worlds.
Yeah, that was great from top to bottom. Have incentive to not have a vanilla bean in class 5, and then have a way for horses to, like, maybe until you get your first win, or like you said, 5% win rate, you stay in this maiden class. You're not going up against these guys that are proven, have hundreds of races, and are really just sandbagging. So I like that you touch from the new guy coming in with a new horse to also the top, to where you need to incentivize people to be at the top so they're not down here beating up on people.
Right. And I do want to add just a little bit more. I know I'm a little bit long-winded here.
Go for it.
I apologize for that.
You're good.
But there's so much animosity when you go into like general and stuff, and there's like finger pointing going on of small stables versus big stables and this and that. And what I think I'd like smaller stables to understand is that any intelligent large stable wants the small stables to succeed. We want new users to succeed. We want growth of the platform. I'm not looking to steal anybody's money. I want to take Netflix's money. I want to take these big corporations' money that are incentivized to come in and advertise and sponsor these big races. And to get there, we need growth of the platform. And to get there, we need a safe place for smaller stables. We all want the same thing. And I think that is most important right now, is to take on this mindset that we're working together here. It's not small stable against big stable, and, get rid of this like whiny negative mentality that's out there. I understand it because there are issues, but that doesn't solve anything. Be rational, raise your concerns in a respectful manner and an unbiased manner, and try to be careful with the tone that we're communicating in. Let's work together here. And I think if we all are able to start to take on that kind of mindset, we're going to go really far.
I agree. So you're going to hop back up in the next Netflix race if we get it again?
Oh, hell yeah, man. I saw your comment that we need a 3.0 because the first two were not legit.
What do you think about that? Would you do that? You like that?
Oh yeah, man. I mean, when the prize pool is juiced up that much, like the threshold for what you're entering into that race goes down quite a bit.
And so if we go to any distance, do you feel like if we switched it up now, do you feel like you have a horse that you could enter at any distance if they go from 1,000 to 26?
Yeah, I mean, for that first the second Netflix race, when they announced it, I created a separate stable to I'll just let the cat out of the bag on what I did and the way I was looking at it. I created an email stable because I didn't want to have to waste time signing MetaMask. So if you've got an email stable, you don't have to sign. And I loaded that up with the $3,000 for the race, and I put 2 horses in there. Triumph for hours for anything 2,000 above, and Shadow for days for anything below 2,000. It's pretty convenient having horses that can run with the best of the best. 2 horses that can run with the best of the best at all of those distances. It kind of makes it a little bit easier. So yeah, no matter the distance, I will be trying to get in any of those races. And then, Arbitrage and I have horses for every single distance too now with Festus, Rey del Mundo, and Evergreen Gates. I don't know that we have a 1,400 meter horse. I don't know that I'm comfortable. We've kind of been discussing this. If there's even a $500 entry, I don't know that we're going to be putting Rey del Mundo in at 1,400. But other than that, every single distance, I'll probably have 2 horses in.
Those races are crazy, huh? I mean, that's what makes you realize that Zed is going to be big, is once you're in a race like that, the heart racing, the shaking, the sweating, it's intense, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish that there was a little bit more buildup, especially, I mean, at least the second one, I guess we had the advance notice, but still, leave us some time between the filling and the scheduling for everybody to hype it up and let us at least enjoy that we've got a chance. It's like 5 minutes and it's over and we lost, right? But at least,
Right.
hey, at least you podiumed, right?
Yeah, I mean, they almost caught me, but I was very happy yesterday when they came out and they said that they'd right everybody's wrongs. GVG's technically gonna get third, Crimson will technically get third, and then I technically got second. So no complaints.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they righted that wrong. They fixed it, and then hopefully maybe we can run it back with a Redwood 3.0 with no Sentinel.
Absolutely. I suggested maybe we rerun all those tournament races with who should have been in there instead of Sentinel.
Mm.
Guessing that's probably not going to happen, but I don't know that it would be that hard. I would have had in the inaugural tournament, Unyielding finished fourth in the semifinal, and Sentinel took second in that race. So he would have advanced to the final, and he's like 80% to finish in the top four in that next race and make the grand final, which that stings looking back. But, hey, we go forward, not back, right?
Right, we're going forward. All right, man. Thank you so much. Do you have any questions for me?
No, I don't think I do, man. I guess, can you leave diamonds out of my races? Is that cool?
I don't know, man. I think you've stuck me a few times, so I got to come back for my money, man. You've got me.
I I think you're gonna do just fine in the long run.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping. I'm still trying to figure out how to race these U-shaped horses. Like I talked to Arbitrage yesterday, and he says he thinks everyone's individual. And me personally, I kind of look at it as like card counting. If I've got a lot of 12s, maybe I've got a lot of ones on the way. I'm not too sure how to balance my bankroll, but I'm trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. I think they have to be independent, but there's also some sort of universal law that works. That there's just streakiness in the universe. Everywhere you look at it, things happen in a peculiar way, and I don't think that that's built into their algorithm, but I think it just naturally happens in the universe that horses are streaky. But I do think, I mean, it's like you flip a coin. If you
Mm,
flip it 10 times and they're all heads, the next one is just as likely to be heads or tails, right?
mm.
But that streak happened and you can't deny it.
No, I got you. Yeah, I'll stop tossing diamonds into your races when you stop breeding killers on us.
All right.
All right, man.
Fair enough.
Where can people catch your content or where can people follow you at and catch your content at? Because I see that you're with Doofy on you guys do auctions on Twitch.
Yeah, we were doing the auctions, and I think we intend to. I know we intend to start them back up, but the market was so down, and it just we brought in the last time I think we did two like 6-horse auctions. Two of them were our own, and we always throw our own in at no reserve at this point because we're going to see what the market says they're worth. But we had I think we had one other no reserve horse, and it went for so low that we didn't feel right continuing on in this current ecosystem until the market picks up a little bit. So yeah, we're hoping to start those auctions back up on Doofy's Twitch stream, which is Doofy Racing, at some point. And we're open to auctioning. I mean, we are auctioning community horses. We take a 5% cut, which is the same as OpenSea. We do as best a job as we can at presenting an unbiased argument, both the positives and negatives of each horse. And, we're going to try to give it the best sales pitch that we can to incentivize people to bring them to us, but we're also going to highlight the negatives there. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. I'm on Twitter, obviously at Zed Diamond Hands. You can follow me there. Hit me up there with questions. I don't even know what my Discord is, but you can find it. It's out there. Just search me on there. But yeah, I am doing the fantasy sports over at rasball.com. People can find me over there
All
too if
right.
you're into fantasy football, fantasy baseball, anything like that.
Sweet, man. And then if I have a horse I want to auction, how can I get in contact with you guys to potentially put it up in the auction house when you guys come back? Is it just Twitter?
Yeah. So yeah, we have a Google form out there that you can submit and kind of give your sales pitch and give us the information on the horse, and then we'll get in contact. Which I'll post it up there on my Twitter account, and as will Doofy when we start it back up and we are taking submissions. But I think for now, until we know when the next auction date is actually going to be, we're just going to put it on hold and we'll see. Doofy's a busy man, so kind of scheduling there and then the market. It's kind of a two-pronged thing. I mean, time, as I said, is a limiting factor for all of us in this game.
100%. Well, DT, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time. There was a lot to learn. I'm sure the viewers learned a lot, and I learned a lot myself. So thank you so much, man.
Heck yeah, man. Great talking to you, and happy to come back anytime.
Likewise, man. Yeah, I'll have you back on anytime. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Cool. Good chat. Thank you so much, Donkey Teeth from Zed Diamond Hands. Go shoot him a follow, guys. Let's see. Shoot him a follow. Where we at? Right here. Zed Diamond Hands. Give him a follow. Great guy. Great conversation. I hope you guys learned something. Thank you, Dallas. Dallas, I think I saw your message on YouTube. If you ever want to chat, Dallas, we can do that like next week or something if you want to come up and talk some Zed Run. I just went back and I saw your message. It was either you or Dallas Diamonds that asked if they wanted or if they could come up and chat sometime. Yo, what up, Andy Mack? What up, Genesis? What up, Zook? Ben Morgan, Big Poppy, Sniper, Mundo. What's good, everybody? Dossie, Genesis, Andy Mack, Golden Glow. What's good? I am Dallas Diamonds. All right, bet. Cool, yeah, man. If you ever want to, I'll hit you in the DMs this weekend if you want to come up next week. But I saw your comment. Sorry I missed that. I was just going back and looking through them yesterday, and I was like, oh, shit, I missed this. Got a horse for you to check out, bud. All right, shoot me the name. All good, bro. Sounds good, man. I'll hit you up on Twitter this weekend. Okay. Shout out to Donkey Teeth. Thank you for your time, Brother Maine. All right, so should we talk about yesterday? Go to tourney standings marathoner. All right. Ooh, he's probably going to have first place. Okay. Which one's your stable? Whiplash? Oh, my man's got first, 6th, 5th, 6th, 9th, 4th. Let's see if this horse can compete past quarterfinals. Let me close this book. Use it as a mouse pad. Booming, he says. It's booming. All right, let's check. What's the name? Whiplash. Check out the horseshoe. Okay, so once you get past qualifying, you're going to have to... Nope. No one. Boats and buses, goddamn people. Ooh. So you qualified in marathoner. And then so once you get past marathon, you're going to go to what distance? Hold on. Nope, the A-shaped stakes. Okay. So you're going to go from... What's the marathoner? 20. Okay, you're going to go to 2,400 meters when you get to quarterfinals. You got a shot. You play second and third. That's all you really need to move on. in these next rounds, you're going to have to, I mean, you got a chance. You're going to go to 2,400 meters. Technically, I guess it'll be a free race because there's going to be no buy-in, so we could look. You got a shot. You got a shot. 24? Yeah, you got a shot, bro. Anything can happen, my man. All right. I'm going to talk about, I think I'm going to record this as a video too, so I'll have to do an intro and shit. I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday. 18. Let me retweet bot ladies thing. Flip that coin. Yep, flip it a coin. Zed Run. All right. If you guys already know what happened, I'm sorry. If you don't, well, you can learn something. I'm going to record this as a standalone video. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Jarek LG, and we're back with another video. And today, we got some pretty serious news. So, yesterday, Zed Run, they came out and dropped this whole Sentinel Gate stuff on us. So, if you didn't know what Sentinel Gate was, it was someone, well, this horse was bought, and then they'd race this horse in, like, all of the high-stakes races. They took this horse and immediately put it in its, like, preferred distance and then raced it in all of these big money races. And I believe the first people to hear about this were, what's his name? NFT Buddha. So he's the guy that came out and kind of exposed this. And then you got BG Alt, who looked into it. And this guy who helped, I don't know who he is, to be honest. But it says, on November 29th, 2021, it was discovered that a Zed Run team member acting on their own compromised this vision by violating their obligation to us and the community and abusing their trusted position by using a limited amount of internal racehorse data to improve the likelihood of buying a racehorse that would perform well. The individual purchased 4 racehorses based on this data, and consequently, they no longer work with Zed Run in any capacity. So, here are the facts. Given the individual's breach of company policy, the 4 racehorses were sent back to Zed Run controlled wallet by the individual. The four racehorses purchased were Sentinel, Fairy Dancer, Affectionate Beast, and Deathstroke. And so, what's their resolution? Sentinel was the one that raced in this Netflix race. Aiden was his name. Thank you, Golden Globe Master. Sentinel was the one that raced in the Netflix race. If we go back and look, he was in both of the He was actually in both of the Netflix races. So in the first race, the first Netflix race, Sentinel got 3rd place, and so that was an $11,000 he took home. And then in the second one, he got 2nd place, which is right here. And I'd actually got 3rd in this race. Okay, so Sentinel got this prize money, and I'd got this. So he'd got the 17 grand, I'd got the 10. And if we see Crimson Chin right here, he got 4th. Now, if we go back and look at their resolution, it says, given the events that transpired, we will be compensating participants to the level that they would have placed if Sentinel, Fairy Dancer, Affectionate Beast, and Deathstroke would have not raced. For example, if a racehorse placed in 4th position where one of the 4 racehorses in question placed 1st, the 4th place racehorse will be awarded the 3rd place prize money. So if we go back and look, Crimson Chin would have got 3rd in this race if Sentinel wasn't in here. So Crimson is going to get this $10,000 prize money. The racehorse that finished in 3rd place will be awarded the difference between what they would have won finishing in 2nd place and so forth. So for your boy right here, I technically would have got 2nd, but I got 3rd. And if we look now, this stable is not available. It used to say rooted, but it's straight up gone now. So I think I'm getting like 70, like maybe $6,900, something like that, like 1.7 ETH. And to be honest, I did not expect Zed to handle this well. I remember hearing about the Sentinel stuff coming out, and I kind of just didn't have any opinions of it. I was just kept to myself. I listened to other people when I kind of just took the Occam Razor side, which was like, the simplest answer is probably the answer. So I wasn't really too big on the conspiracy theories. But once Arbitrage came out and he talked about the Fairy Dancer thing, where this person had bought Fairy Dancer, but they'd liked a bunch of fairy horses in their wallet, that kind of made me a little skeptical, but I still wasn't sure how Zed would resolve it. And then if we go back to shit, I don't even want to look at it. But Chris Laurent, the head of Zed Run, CEO of Virtually Human, he said initially he didn't have the best response. He said that he knew more about Zed Run than the broader community. And then they said that they would investigate it. Now, I kind of left it at that. So when they go and investigate this, I didn't have that much hopes. And then they dropped this on us yesterday saying that they're going to burn these 4 horses. They got taken back. It was insider information that this person got these horses, and everybody's being refunded. Honestly, like that's probably the best resolution that they could have done. I didn't expect them to send everybody else their money back or even change the results of the race. So hats off to Zed. Hats off to Crimson, who's going to be getting the $10,000. I'm going to be getting a boost up to the second place prize money. And then GVG Genetics, who got 4th place in the first Redwood City Classic, is now going to be getting the third place prize money. So hats off to Zed. Great job on resolving that. I've heard people say that this happens, and I mean, I know that this happens. You can even go to sports. Like, everything can be gamed to any point. Like, people used to pay off college kids to rig games. The insider information, when we go from, like, politicians selling their stocks before COVID was announced, this shit happens. It's not just Zed to where this stuff is happening. So hats off to them for getting this figured out. Yeah, just don't try and steal insider information when you work for a company or do shady shit, because they gonna catch your ass. So that's really it. Yep. Shout out to Zed for doing that. And it's your boy, Jarek LG. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. All right, cool. Cool video. Probably post that later. Yeah. Crazy story, dude. I didn't expect them to handle that well. 299 likes, 75 retweets. I saw some people still bitching. There's really not too much else to bitch about. They kind of righted every wrong in that situation, in my opinion. So, yeah. Shout out to Zed. So, let's go about racing. Let's do some racing. All right. So, last night, I'm still, this is what I mean by card counting. Like, trying to get the 12th place and I think this $10 buy-in. $10, 12th place. And then I win another $10. Got the first. Went $5, $10. And I was like, all right, after these 12s, I really just want to try and get the first. Because I want to be on the other side of the U shape. So these 12s, like, I actually really like these because then I'll try and go big money after it. So I got 12s, and then I hopped up in the, I think it was a $100 buy-in 2,600 meter. And this is what Diamond Hands was talking about last night. He stuck me, though. He stuck me for my money in this one. So he got me. Triumph for Hours got first place. Z8 Legendary Finney. I got second. RDP got third. Terms fourth. Artois 8th, Princess of Power 11th, and John the Horse 12th. So I don't know, man. Definitely not my distance at 2,600 meters, but if I can get up in these races after a 12th place, I feel comfortable. If I'm going up in these $100 buy-ins after a first place, I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable with it. How's everyone doing today? I'm great, Avon. How you doing, my man? It's a Friday, just chilling. Not too much going on today. I'm going to probably hop up in this race. Go torture Archibald. Let's see if we can give Razor Billion some smoke. Golden Glow, I didn't realize how early you stream, bro. I stayed up to like 2. I stayed up to like 2:30 last night. And I saw you get on at 2:30. I'm like, okay, that's 5:30 his time. I'm like, damn, dude. You be getting up early to stream. I'm good, man. Trying to get a horse qualified. Really need to figure out the start. Out that strat. Got you. Out that start. Yeah, man. It's man. This is like literally a 1st or 12th race, but this is my whole bankroll. And I don't want to enter this race. I'm scared. That's my distance, though. It's literally first or 12th on that. Horse went from 10 point. Do you think any of those horse stole any of your flame rate? Do you think any of those horse stole any of your flame rate? In this the Are you talking about the 2600 meter? Any of the four? Oh, stole my flame. What you mean? You mean the Sentinel horses, like those 4 horses? Horses went from 10.5 points to 7 points with the class change because we started raking off after that win. 4 horses. We made money, but we lost qualification. Gotcha. Yeah, I do it because no one else is streaming at a time that's suitable for the Australian audience, and I have to get up around 4:30 a.m. or 5 to let my dogs out anyways. Respect, man. Respect. The 4 bent horses, yes. Where I race Sentinel, we'll go to the head-to-head. Yeah, I think he outflamed me, but I really never flame at, because I only race Sentinel a few times. And the ones that mattered were the big God damn it, Siri. Siri. Shut up, Siri. Sentinel. All right, yeah, so he outflamed me 100%. He's the only one I raced against. Small prize pool here. He got 3rd place. Really nothing too big. Redwood City Classic, the first one. So Spirit of Ecstasy is going to be getting 3rd. In your boy right here. I'll be getting 12th. So, yeah. Great feeling. That one really sucked. So yeah, one more Tisha, rest in peace, and then Spirit of Ecstasy will be getting the prize money. Those 2 have already gotten paid. It's just GVG will get paid now. And then we run it back to Redwood City Classic 2.0. 11th now? Yeah, 11th now. And then so now I'm going to be getting 2nd. Crimson will be getting 3rd. Happy days all around. No complaints, man. No complaints. How'd you guys feel about Zed's response? I felt like it was a positive. I felt like they handled it well. The communication was 10 out of 10. From Chris Laurent saying he was going to investigate it, I was not. I was a little skeptical on what the results would be and if they would find anything. But cool that they got to the bottom of it. I'm happy. Communication was good. That's amazing for you in that case. Big money. Yeah, man, big money. Was not expecting that. It was a nice surprise yesterday. I thought it was as good as it could have been. They couldn't have done better. I 100% agree. I mean, I still saw some people mad that people wanted to bitch either way. People are going to bitch, but some people were still bitching about the comment he made in the beginning. But I mean, he came out and made a statement, and well, this whole shit, I mean, he has his name on this, and he apologized, and he said all that stuff. So I really don't know what else people want from him. They're going to refund people. I guess you're getting to the point where people want, like, their money back for entering that race. I don't know. I mean, I thought response was great. The only thing I want is for that dude to be reported to the authorities for corporate fraud. Were you gate 11 in the 2.416? Yes, I was gate 11. I want to know who you can't dox someone, you know, like at a company like that, you can't just I don't think you can put that person on blast. Especially you know, you never know. You can't put that person on blast because you put their name out there. Someone's going to go on white pages, figure out where this person lives, and then catch their house on fire or something, you know. And then so they don't want to be responsible for that. All right, I see you. Understanding distance, pack protocol, double malt, Razor Billions about to catch this work. They are talking to authorities and legally dealing with the situation. Yeah, I think that's all you really can do. Once you talk to the authorities, there's no, like, going and blasting them out to the public. One, I just don't think that's right to expose someone like that. And I'm sure, two, it's legally and contractually not legal to do that. It's just like people on here. Nobody wants to be doxxed in crypto, you know? Like, if people don't want to be doxxed in crypto, I'm sure the dude doesn't want to be doxxed. Now, granted, he did some shady shit. He did some illegal shit, but still, doxing people, you can't really do that. Yes, you can. Corporate fraud is illegal, and we know who Kenneth. Yeah, but still, bro, like, we don't need to know the dude's name. They got him ousted. I'm sure we could probably assume who it is. But, yeah, I don't know, man. If I'm the CEO of a company, I'm not ousting that person just because of the safety that you could bring danger onto that person, you know? Like, you never know how people feel about that money. That $3,000 that they could have used to enter that race could have been all they had. And then someone could be willing to go do some violent shit to somebody because that was their whole bankroll, you know? You got to be careful with stuff like that. But I get it. Yeah. Corporate fraud is a big thing, but I don't think we should out people. Zed also has legal obligations, probably in contract. They can't shame him. But yeah, 100%. I'm sure the dude feels dumb anyway. When you do something stupid like that, you know in the back of your mind you're going to get caught. You know damn well you're going to get caught. I mean, people, you know, just don't do dumb shit so you don't have to worry. Just don't break the law. Play by the rules, and you get up good karma, and you don't got to worry. Because when you do shady shit, you got to worry. My uncle, this dude would be like kind of not really same situation, but I've heard this happen at Amazon too. Like, employees will steal from a company. So like my uncle, he got caught for stealing iron from Boeing, right? But they were slowly doing it and reselling it, but you're going to get caught eventually. Same thing at Amazon. People would, from like management to the bottom, there was like a team of 30 people that were caught stealing phones from Amazon. You're going to get caught eventually, bro. You guys are assuming that there are in contracts that aren't normally in contracts. I'm sure they got like a non-disclosure agreement to, I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I just know that in general, if you want to protect the well-being of somebody and not put their family in danger, you shouldn't oust them. Kenneth Lay as CEO is different than an upper-level management worker. Big difference. If Chris or Ebbs was the one doing that, then that's a different story than Timmy. Gotcha. Yeah. Just like your average guy that came in, was doing work, and was able to get some sensitive information. I don't know, man. You guys are smarter than me. I just come on here and rant, and I'll just give you my opinions. Everybody's got their own opinions, though. It's nice. It's nice to see. But yeah, I'm just not too big on outing people. The truth gonna catch you in the end. There's no point in lying. Don't do no shady shit. You won't have to worry about nothing. Timmy Turner. She be wishing for a burner. He wait while you walking. Summer hunter with a furner. Fucking the bees and humming the heat me. What you know about that, Zook? This is the exact reason why casinos workers can't gamble at the casino or brand of casinos they work at. Probably something Zed should implement as a whole. I like that. I mean, I already know who it is. Not hard looking through LinkedIn. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you really don't need Zed to out them for you. I'm sure people will figure it out. And if you got it figured out yourself, then you could just go about outing that person yourself if you feel so comfortable. But I'd watch out for, I'd just be careful about that. I mean, who is it? I don't know. Well, I think I know who it is. Gotcha. Well, there's a difference. You can't go out there starting a witch hunt, you know, because you might be wrong. You don't want to make yourself look like an ass. Did you happen to catch Kanye and Drake's concert last night on Twitch? No, I know it's for Larry Hoover. I've heard of Larry Hoover. I know that there's like the Hoover Street Crips and all that stuff, so I know he's somewhat of a I don't know what he did. I don't know. I'm going to shut up before I talk myself into a hole. But yeah, Larry Hoover, I've heard of him before. And I heard he's been in jail for a long time. And Kanye and Drake did a concert to get him out. I'm not outing no one. You can get a defamation of character. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just what you know about that. What I know about what? Larry Hoover? Diamonds. What we got? We just got to be understanding distance. I think we got this one. I think we got this one. Dubski. Dubski. Let's go. $2 race. Nothing special. Nothing special. Sunny days, you get third. Okay. Sunny. Founder of Crips. Okay, that's what he is. But Hoovers they're orange now, right? To my understanding, they don't wear blue. I'm gonna have to do my research on that. But there's a Kanye song to where, oh, that's what. Damn. Yeah. There's a voice memo on the end of Kanye's album where he's talking. I think it's Larry Hoover's son talking about his dad's been in jail since he was in high school, and then his daughter graduated high school, and now his son's going through middle school, and Larry Hoover's been in jail since. Interesting. OG or GG. Timmy Turner, LOL. Who got more qualifying points? Good point. No, Larry Hoover founded the Gangsta Disciples of Chicago. Okay. The GDs. This is interesting. Dude, American gang culture is very interesting. Like I've recently started doing my research. Not really even research, but if you guys look up Crip Mac CMac 55 on YouTube, Crip Mac 55, and watch the Channel 4 news video on Crip Mac, that shit is hilarious, dude. Just this guy is a straight up cartoon character. Crip Mac 55 on 55th Street. Just look that up on YouTube when you got some free time. You might go down a Crip Mac 55 rabbit hole on YouTube. Just giving you a warning. This shit's pretty funny though. But yeah, that's how I've started to figure out about all this goddamn gang shit. I didn't know it was that serious in the States. Like, it's bad. It's bad. What race should we hop into? Should we do another 16? I mean, we got first. Kanye is from Chicago. Not both of the founder of the Crips are dead. Tukey and Raymond Washington started the Crips. Got you. Yeah, I think King David started like the BDs, and then somebody started the GDs. Is that everything gonna be all right? Everything gonna see all right. Everything gonna see all right. On 5-5 Crib. The dude is hilarious. But yeah, he's a Crip. He says everything, every word that would be B, he says C. That's what it is. Yes. Everything gonna see all right. Crip Mac. Dude is hilarious. Highly recommend. Great content. Man, I don't know what race I want to hop into. Don't commit suicide. Don't commit suicide. Yeah. You 5 me. You 5 me. Don't commit suicide. Everything gonna see all right. His interview with the one white fake news dude, it's hilarious. He's like, what's a buster? He's like, a buster's a custer because I'm a 5-5 Crib on Hustis. Like, dude, that dude's hilarious. All right, I'll do some qualifying racing. So I got Z Bully I need to run at 1,200 meters. Hi-Ho I need to run at 14. Absolute Harmony at 16. So I'll plug Absolute Harmony in at a 1,600 meter right here on Hood. Okay. Draco the Ruler is the move. I think I've heard of him too. We need to go get that guy calling. Dude. I I would pay the money to get a Crip Mac calling the Redwood City Classic or something like that. That shit would be hilarious. You 5 me on 55th Street. I'm gonna keep it 55th Street. Okay, man. The qualifying for these tournaments is a damn pain, man. You got to remember where to race your horse at, and like each specific horse, and then trying to get 6th and 7th is just a pain in the damn ass. On Hood, absolute fire. I might have to name a horse after him if it's not, dude. I'm waiting to get a blue horse so I can name it Crip Mac or 55th Street or something like that. On Hood. I wish I could. Nobody has it too. Man, nobody take Crip Mac. Okay. Man, I really want to hop in that race. We'll go with this. He's not gonna. Oh, good point. He's gonna call it the the Cripwood City Classic. He's not gonna call it the Redwood City Classic. He's gonna call it the Deadwood City Classic. Can you tell me how you would race my Zabo? It's a Z8. I'm not a baller. Like 2 weeks. I'm not any of y'all's level. Harper Elite Stable. Yeah, just give me the name of the horse and I'll look it up. Haven't even looked at a tournament. Juice World #1 on my Spotify for the last 2 years. Thank you. I am Culture. Okay, you like Juice. I was never too big on Juice. I'm not even really too big on today's hip hop like Lil Uzi, Juice. I like some of their songs. Just not my style. I like old school hip hop like The Game, 50 Cent, all those OGs, you know. I just think that 2000s to like 2010 hip hop, man, damn. You can't go back and make those beats, like those Dr. Dre beats and shit like that. Shit just does not sound the same today. Outkast, dude, loved Outkast. Type in Channel 5 News into YouTube, then type in Crip Mac video for, yes, Channel 5 News, Crip Mac, if you guys want to watch some funny shit. Do you have a stable profit goal each week? If so, what is it? I probably should, but I don't. I probably should. I need to get better with tracking profits and all that shit. Andre 3000. If you guys listen to Hey Ya is a sad song. That is a sad song. Listen to what he's saying in that song. Like we can get off topic here if you guys want to, but yeah, Hey Ya is a sad song. He's singing about like a girl that doesn't love him, and then but the beat is so fire that's like y'all don't want to hear me, y'all just want to dance. Like the whole time that he's rapping, he's talking about some real shit. But that beat makes you want to move so much, he even plays it into the song. It's amazing. Yay Area is the best, hands down. Yay Area. Tell them people that 40 watt is back. I love you, 40. Gotta bounce, man. Cheers for a great stream. Appreciate it, Andy Mac. Have a good one, bro. Let's hop up in this. We'll hop up in the $2 1600 meter. Do I have a profit meter? No, I don't, but I should. If you still want to send me your horse, do that. Chat race. Ooh, Bonnie Parker's in this one. Pedaling JM Masters, $2.50, 14 cent, Class 1, 1600, right here. We got some good horse. We've got Imaginator. Either there was just an earthquake or someone dropped it like it's hot, because I felt the building shake. Finney Farm. Hey, yo, I'm going to keep it 55th Street. Dude is hilarious, Golden Glow. I went down a rabbit hole these past few days watching Crip Mac. That dude's hilarious. And if you want to go catch a 55th Street alley fade, we can do that on 55th Street. On 55th Street. We going to keep it 55th Street. You 5 me? On Hood. 0.25 ETH. Bay Rap is garb. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. 0.25 ETH profit since 11/20 when I started tracking. Hell yeah. I need to do that. I need to do that. Neptune's nephew horse. Neptune's. All right, let me go look. A Custer's a buster on seat. Neptune's nephew. All right, you asked me how would I run this horse. Okay. You still got some testing to do, but it looks like you got a chance at this horse being decent. Let's look. So flaming at 2,200 meters, and this is a free race, and you got last 10th or last 3. So everything needs more data. I would really stay away from the sprints because it looks like these are going to be your down distances, and flamed. You didn't pull any flames. So I'd stay away from those. To be honest, I would test out 1,800 meters some more to see if you can continue getting wins, but it does look like you're flaming in 22. I would test these out to see if you flame as well. If you flame here and you do good, I would just stick with the marathon on this guy. Overall, I'd race him at least once in every distance just to see. But to be honest, I think this is going to be where your bread and butter is at. I think come test out 22 and 24 and 26 and see if you pull flames as well and place. And if you do that, stick with your bread and butter. The graph your profit in transactions on Know Your Horses. The chart. I mean, I've just kind of figured out how to go about racing. I'm not going big money every time. Like I said, I'll try and go low money to get these 12th places. I mean, I got a first place right here when I was trying to get 12th. It is what it is, but if you look at my chart now, it's not as volatile. Like coming in here, this is just me going degen mode. Like I go big money, and I'd win one, right? But I'd still go big money to where I'm losing shit. Now, if we come over here, Shimon, you 5 me. I'm kind of just playing it smart now. I'll go, well, this is tournaments right here, but I'm not going the biggest money. I'll go like 250, try and get my 12th place. And then once I get that 12th place, I'll go big money. And then I'll win. And then I'll go 250, try and go another big money after I get a 12th place and then win. So I'm kind of just starting to learn how to stair step my charts the way up, but I should practice some more. You 5 me. Dynamite Blue is a name for a horse. I'm keeping it 5th. You're going to keep it 55th Street. Check out my cheap Buterin I bought last week. Testify. I got you. On 55th Street. God damn it, Siri. Test. T5. Test. T5. Uh-oh. You should have named it Crip Mac. Okay. Let's see. Looks like a U-shape. Look really good at 1,400 meters. Possibly a U-shape at 16. Yeah, you're probably a U-shape because you're pulling flames 60% of the time. This will probably go to 50 or maybe like 55 as you play this out. I like this horse, though. He looks really good, like, mid-distance. You could throw 1,400 meters in there as well, but keep doing what you're doing. I'd race 1,800 meters some more to see if this will go up or if it evens out as a U-shape. Maybe go some more 1,400 meters as well to see if it evens out and you just are just going to be a pure U-shape, or if you can have like an L-shape in one of these distances. But if you're asking me, it looks like this is going to play out to be a U-shape at 1,600 meters, possibly an L-shape, but I can see this also turning into a U as well. Keep doing what you're doing. I think you got the distances down, though. Just race some more at these 3 to see if this is going to come up some more. Or if this goes up more. If this goes up more, I'd probably abandon 1,600 and just say this is going to be a down distance. Say this will be a up distance if this continues to go up. So, yeah, in that rambling, basically just race some more to see if this turns into a U or an L. But you're doing good. I was with you in a few 250s this week. Okay, okay, okay. You knocked me to third in our 1600-meter free. My fault. Will you look at Santa's helper? I got you. On 55th Street. Gate. He's looking pretty good, dude. He's looking really L-shaped so far. You're getting wins. You're flaming at 18. 26. Ooh. If you're in between races, could you give a race recommendation for the new Class 3 for Servi? He's obviously destroyed in the last 20. Can he win in the $10 races? Yeah, let me finish looking at Santa's helper and then I got you. This one's rough. Golden Glow might, if he's still in here, he could, if he's looking at what I'm looking at right now, toss in your opinions as well, Golden. But 50% flame rate out of 2 races. It's so hard with like low number of races to figure out really what these mean. But if I'm looking at this, if this is my horse, I would come back to 2,600 meters again to see if this turns into a U shape or if you get like another 12th place and if you flame. Because if you're flaming and getting 12th place, that might be good. You might be a U shape. Man, this one is rough. Chat, if you guys can help him out, let me know. I'm gonna start off by saying just maybe race some more overall in general. They graph your profit. Gotta check out the competition in each of those races. Not all flames are equal. Good point. He needs at least 2 to 3 races at each distance. Okay. So, yeah. A little bit more data. Looking solid here. Yeah. I mean, potential. This horse has potential, if anything. I need to learn race. Class management, that was my big takeaway from the arbitrage interview yesterday. Me as well, man. It's oh, this is Buck. Oh, what's good, Buck? Oh shit, yo, if you have chit chat, right? If you want to ever come up, bro, and do a, oh, okay, Drakeo. All right, what up, Buck? I didn't know that was you, homie. Yeah, bro. If you ever want to come up and talk about, if you ever want to do an interview, we can do that shit too. You just made some big moves. Talk about why you're bullish on Zed. But what's up, Buck? Yeah, man, fucking, and you got Green Beret. You got some good horses, dude. Santa's helper. Like Emery said, test it out some more, but looking good on the left side. You 5 me. Not all flames are equal. If you look at a horse he flamed over and a horse that flamed over him, you can kind of begin to ballpark where your horse stands by comparing it to the horses with thousands of races. Good point. So let's go. Where'd you flame at? You're flaming the most out of 3 races. You flamed the most at 2,000. It's pretty damn good. All right, so who'd you flame over? Tiger Wolves and Short Temper. How much races these guys got? Yeah. Not much. How much races? Only 127. Tiger Woods. Class 4. Celtic Star. Z9. I mean, you're flaming with a Jenny, so that's good. Are you flaming over any Genesis? You're flaming over a Z10. You're flaming over... Okay, Z10 Jenny. Let's see what this guy gets at this distance. Yeah, he's not the best. At 2,000, yeah, he doesn't flame at all. LOL, I'm just, put Z-Bully with Absolute Harmony. Yo, put, what you mean, in a race? Yo, cuz, stop saying my government on 55th Street. I'm sorry, GGM, my bad. On Hood, on Hustus. LOL, I'm playing. I know you're playing. On 55th Street. We gonna keep it 55th Street. You 5 me? That dude. That dude is a straight up fucking cartoon. Straight up. And he's got Hoover Killer whacked out on his face. He's got a Atlanta Falcon on the left side of his cheek. He's got a 5 on his cheek, and then he got the 5-5 in his hair. Like, you can't tell me that's a Absolute Harmony and gotcha. Yeah, I should. They're both. Can I do that? Because they're both from Diamonds. But Absolute Harmony has a different dad, but Absolute Harmony's, what is it, dam or mom is sired by Diamonds. I'll break it down after this race. I'll show you what I mean. On 55th Street. Yo, guys. Stop saying my government. That shit's funny. You 5 me? Dude, I'm smart. Nobody better take Crip Mac. I think you can do same dads, different moms, right? Same dads, different moms. Good question. I have no clue, dude. I'm the wrong one to ask because I have absolutely no clue. Are we kicking or are we not kicking? And that's not that greatest of a kick. Go! Who's going to catch me? Gravy Train? Diamonds, you got to catch up, buddy. You got to go. Bonnie Parker, look out. You got to go, cousin. Uh-oh, they're coming. They're coming. Go. Go, cousin. Sovereign Standard. Not catching me. Ooh, that's close. 2 in a row. Incredible base. Loaded Lux is going to be your best breeder. You think so? I don't know, man. Oh, you got the blood tool, so you're smarter than me. Incredible base ability. Now the question is, what do I breed him into, though? You know what I'm saying? Oh, we got second double malt push me out. Nice pink horse. Dude, I need the blood tool. I need to hit up Dan Shan. So you said breed Z-Bully. I'll show you. Okay, so Z-Bully is these are her parents, and then she bred Absolute Harmony. So I don't think I can, right? Because that's Zed's tool, not Zed's tool. Zed's tool is legit. What? I like the Zed's tool a lot personally. Zed's tool is way cheaper as well. Zed's tool is fantastic. All right, I got you. On Zedge, are you understanding distance on Zedge? I'm looking at Evergreen Stable now. Okay. Nah, you need to hit up Donkey Teeth. Is probably cheaper. Can you check out understanding distance on Dedge? I'm looking at. But I wouldn't be able to breed Absolute Harmony with Z-Bully, right? Because that's his mom, right? Or I'd be able to breed. This breeding shit gets so confusing, dude. I can give you a Discord invite if you want. To what? To the. If you can do this, right? I like the Zed's tool. Yeah, if you want to add to the. If you're saying that Zed's tool, sure, I'm down. Peep your Discord. All right, on Hustis. I just sent you a picture. On 55th Street. Call me when you 30 seconds. It's important. Hold up. The Zed's Discord. All right, hold on. So this is ranking by this. Damn, someone needs to make a YouTube video on this because I am not educated at all when it comes to goddamn. When it comes to breeding and like all these numbers, Zook, like EBA, NBA. Well, shit, is the Zed's tool still free? Ah, sons of bitches. They changed it on us on 55th Street. God damn it. It's .025. Do you guys like it? Do you guys think it's worth it? I should probably get it. ABA is the individual horse, and the EBA is for all of the horses of that kind. It's .025. So you're saying that EBA is the individual horse, and the ABA is individual horse. EBA is for all horses. Okay, so ABA is 3.8 and EBA is 1.8. So I've had a 4 out of 5 breeds go well. I'm gonna have to look into this so much more. EBA is expected base ability based on average. Okay, EBA. So Hi-Ho Silver. So Zook, these ones with high numbers, at the top it says Loaded Lux 3.8 ABA and Hi-Ho Silver 3.1 ABA. That means that they have good is the actual base ability. Okay. So it's higher than, I see what you're saying. Their base ability is higher. ABA, if your ABA is higher than the EBA, that means you have a good breeder. Z score is the difference between EBA and ABA. Okay. Zedge. So a 2.0 Zedge is good then. Interesting. 3.1 for Hi-Ho is good. 3.8 is average for Z2 leg. So Loaded Lux being a Z4 exclusive, having a 3.8 is good then. 2.8 average, gotcha. So that means Loaded Lux is like a crazy good breeder. And then you can use the number of races or offspring to get confidence. Interesting. 0.025. For how long though? Is it like 3 months, 4 months, 5 months? How long do you get it for that price? If you guys want to do a chat race, we'll do another $2.50 race. Let's do this. We'll do this one if you guys want to hop up in here. I'm really trying to get 12th place in this race, so if you want to potentially get, I don't know, $17, I'll link it on 55th Street. 3 months? You think it's worth it, Zook? 0.025? What is that like? Yeah, it's not that much. For 90 days. I'm going to have to get some more. Now, the question is, Zook, I'll ask you this. What do you think goes best with a horse like Loaded Lux? Because I can't breed anything with him right now because they're all related. Except for... No, because he's bred from Hi-Ho Silver. Yeah, so he comes from Diamonds and Hi-Ho Silver. And the only 2 mares I have in my stable are Z-Bully and Hi-Ho Silver. So I got to go buy a filly or a mare. Now, the question asks, what do I go get? Do I go get a Finny Genesis? Do I go get a Buterin Genesis? What would be the best plug-in for a Z4 Nakamoto colt? What offspring would be the best is my question. But I think about it, you can breed a horse that starts at 17 class points and is decent. You're making that money back in one breed just climbing the class ladders. It's less than $100 entry race almost. Okay, Z3 Zabo. Got a Genesis. Get a Genesis with a good base ability. Okay. Get a Genesis with a good base ability. All right, let's go look. Now, what do you quantify as shit? Now, this is going into what Donkey Teeth was saying, right? I would say Zabo Genesis because makes it so expensive. I would say Zabo Jenny because Naka is so expensive. All right, let's go look. On OpenZ. You feel me? Hey, boo-boo. All right. Dun 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 dun. All right. I love Z3 Zabo breeding right now. Okay. Best value in Zed with the Z5 Finny right behind. I think that's what I might go for, because that's what arbitrage was saying is a Z5 Finny Jenny. All base ability is being good at 16. All right, let's do some research. Let's get some chicken. Zook, you're from like NYC, right? Have you seen Side Talk NYC? Bing bong. You know what I'm saying? Z3 and Z5 are two best values. All right, let's go Z5 and let's try and find a good base ability. And we might cop one when they airdrop us the Redwood City Classic. Shit, when they drop us that shit. Okay, I should probably go on Haku. Now, if you guys are, if you're gonna stick around and watch me do this, Bing Bong, Byron, Haku on 55th Street. Listings. So, okay. To find a good base ability, Jenny Finney. Yo, don't do this on stream if it ain't buying now. Good point. I mean, I'll help. This will help somebody out. I'm not gonna get too attached. I'm not gonna get too attached to the horse. Someone can come buy the horse for all I care. God damn it. I'll find another one. I'm good. One ETH for a Z5 on race. Sheesh. How would I figure out base ability? The fuck is that? I think Zook said 1,600 meters. I think this is the way I quantify base ability if you're asking me. Like he was saying. Okay, so 1,600 meters. I'm going to say flames at 1,600 meters is going to be your notice if you're good at 1,600. If you're good. I think if you're now it depends on the class. If you're flaming at 1,600 meters, it 100% will sell. I think you want race before the base ability. I actually think you want race for the base ability. Just got listed. I think it will sell. Okay, bet. Yeah. So if we go here, class 1, 1,600. Now you see this, like 93%. I think if you can keep your flames up in 1,600 meters, you have strong base ability. So I mean, really, like right here, if we just scroll down, the reason why it's not 100% is because I've raced him while he's fatigued, like a dumbass. But other than that, he's still a U shape, but he flames damn near 100% at. I mean, let's just go back. Let's just go from fucking November 3rd to now. It probably should be like 90-some%, like 99. 98. Yeah, so it's close. Base ability, in my opinion, would be flames at 1,600 meters in a high class. I agree. That's my quick check. Flames at 16. Gotcha. Okay. So we on the same base. We're on the same base on that one. Let's go check back on this race. 10 out of 12. Who's in here? Swick Racing. How the hell do you say that? Sacred Estate, Zerga Farms, Channel 5, High Horse, Ambassador, okay. Mostly Stable, MOS Jockey, ya boy, and and with Hide on the Bush. On 55th Street. You can somewhat gauge from Offspring. Okay. All right. So let's go look. Let's go Z5. Z5 with let's say a 90% flame rate over 100 paid races. Genesis. Let's see how much. Oh, well, that's not happening. Damn. You can't even find a good one for cheap shit. Okay, let's go maybe 65% flame rate at 50 paid races. All right. I don't have 0.6, so if you guys want to come get this horse, come get it. That horse is in Breed Barn. I think it might have base ability. Where do Z5 start in class points? Great question. I have no clue. I think Zook may have a Z5 or something. He might be able to tell you. Ice Cream Yeller, nice color. He flames at 24. Yo, someone should go buy this horse. I don't have 0.6, so I'm not tripping. I could really care less if you go buy this horse from me or before I do. Ice Cream Yeller. I do this fight a community. You 5 me. Crip Mac, not a selfish person. All right. Let's go look at the horseshoe. I think the dude is running it wrong. I think, someone should go buy this horse. Not financial advice. I think this is where this horse needs. I think this is a marathon horse. He's flaming at 83%, 80%. No flames at 26, which is weird. He could be a U shape, is why he didn't pull flames on that first one. That's very interesting. I believe it's 30. Zook, what do you think about this horse as a base ability? I mean, it's very far left leaning. He's pulling flames. Watch, we're gonna see Zook go buy this shit in a second. Paid racing, 50%. Like Diamond Hands was saying, no, probably a good. Oh, it's a Z10. I thought I typed in Z5. Yeah, I put in Z5. Z5 to what? Z5? God damn it. That was a Z10. Someone giving me 0.6 ETH and I'll buy it right now. High difference press to the long side. Gotcha. Because a Z10 worse bait will flame or higher rate than a better horse starting well above it. Interesting. Well, I didn't know that was a Z10. I thought that was a Z5. Let's refine it again. Let's go maybe 55% win rate. And the Genesis. It's a C3 horse. Okay. Man, you're not going to get good base ability Genesis for cheap, my friend. I'll tell you that. Shadow Cheetah. 1.1. I mean, dude, how cool is that for Donkey Teeth to not even need a blood tool? Like, he just knows his horses, and he's just breeding monsters. Like, I want something like that. Damn, it's a decent horse. It's class 1 horseshoe. Why don't they race him at 16? Oh, they do. I mean, damn. Did he not qualify? This looks like a strong base ability horse. I don't have 1.1, so go ahead if you want to go buy this shit. I probably wouldn't even spend 1.1. Zook, what you think about this guy? Genesis with good base ability is the whole juice of this game. Hit good base ability with Genesis. Hit good base Genesis with good base Genesis nonstop, and you'll make thousands down the line. What do you think about this guy? Like, plugging him in with like a Z4. I mean, he looks good. He's flaming at 50%, which isn't the best. But he's pretty damn good. Let's go look at class 1 though. Yeah. Still pretty good in class 1. That's still pretty decent in my opinion. Let's go free. Let's see how it doesn't freeze. Tournament horse in my opinion. I'd race this guy in a tournament. What's this horse's name? Shadow Cheetah. Shadow Cheetah. If you guys want to go look at it, I think it's up for 1.11. It's what I paid for Diamonds unraced, unnamed. I mean, it's you're either going to pay 0.85 for the next one. It was posted 3 hours ago, so shit. Has slightly above average for a Z5. Not bad. Only been sitting on the market for 3 hours. I'm sure this shit will go pretty quick. Decent flame rate, but he's really flaming at... Why does he flame so much at 18? That's interesting. I mean, well, he really doesn't. Is this the same horse? Yeah, it is. But Z5 is good. But Z5 is good. I got you. Let's go back and check on the race. Close that shit out. 11 out of 12. Where's Archibald? Where's Archibald at? Where you at, Custer? I'm just playing. Heroine, shout out. Hot on my horses channel. It's North 5, right? Is it Chanel or Channel? Chanel, I think. Well, I think that says Chanel. Sacred Estate, and then someone else. That has no business being 0.7 cheaper than the next for the partners. That has no business being 0.7 cheaper than the next for the parameters you filtered for. Yeah, that's gonna go quick. Cool. I mean, if someone wants to, we just help somebody out. I'm not gonna buy it, so that's all you, cousin. If you guys want to go buy it, let's see. Let's see if anybody has any offers on it. Ooh, Dusty. I think he offered on diamonds early on. In 2 hours. I mean, yeah, 0.6. This horse has got some 9 people favorited it. Who's this unnamed? Yeah. Within the same Z level and breed are the same standard deviations, all that great. I know Dan Shan always raves that Z number basically is base ability. I was actually telling my mate Tom, get that. This horse looks like a good horse. I mean, you got a few people vouching for it. Zook says it's going to go fast. The way I was looking at it, it's only been up on the market for 3 hours, unless they just took it down and reposted it 3 hours ago. Looks like a good horse. I'd buy it if I maybe I don't know if I'd buy it, but yeah, decent horse. Blood Wolf for Z.2 or is it Z2, not Z.2? What the hell am I saying? Absolutely Phantom from Heroine, and then Ambassador from High Horse Stables, pulling the flames. Yeah, it's pretty juicy looking. They took it down. Did they really? No way. It's pretty juicy looking. That's funny. Transfer. Oh, they transfer. What are they doing? Maybe they did a breeding deal or something? 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Man, Z5 Finny Jenny. That's the question. I mean, I don't know what to do with. It is so damn hard to sit on liquidity in this market. Not even just in this market, in crypto in general, it's hard to sit on liquidity because there's so much new shit coming out. Well, we got 2 minutes. I'm not going to show you guys a project. I'm just going to show you one I'm interested in. This one. It drops next month. It's Invisible Friends. I don't know. Just looks really dope. Each one's different. Invisible. Looks really cool. Mints next month. I want to get one. But minting is so hard, dude. It's like, man, if you don't have enough to cover the gas, you're probably going to miss out on a lot of these projects. But just look at this art, man. I mean, they got so much cool shit. Like, this is cool. I think you better off buying UU Legendary Z2s. Yeah, possibly. That's my, but my, like, I kind of look back on that and it's like, once you win the lotto, do you really need to go back and play it? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I don't really need to go play the lotto game anymore. I fucking hit. I could go back and do it again, but now I know my odds, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how rare that is to happen. So I kind of do want to play the breeding game to where I can consistently breed. I didn't even look if this horse was a damn mare. It's probably not. What is it? Where does it say? It's a stallion, yeah. It's going to be pricey, I'm sure, to get a mare Z5 on 55th Street. Prince of Peace. But you could get two Z2 legs and your chance of it being a good racer or a good breeder is good. Good point. The chances of getting a Z2 and it being bad is probably minimal. At both is probably minimal. Good point. Good point. That's a good point. I could do the Z2, but then I'm just printing Z4 exclusives, you know? Like, it's hard. It's hard. Well, I don't have any Genesis at the moment, so I could only really make exclusives when I think about it. But it's interesting. It's interesting to see how this shit's going to play out. I don't know. I definitely need to maybe make some more moves, or I'm making the right moves and I just haven't played it out enough. But that's what my next purchase may be, a Z2. It's fun, man. It's fun scratching that lotto ticket, and especially naming the horse. Naming the horse and having it being a racer is probably like the most rewarding shit. I don't have any kids, but I could probably it's like look for a Genesis Z5 Fanny female. I will. I'll do that after this. Let's be honest. All you need is diamonds, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, once you hit the lotto, is it really like worth it to go back and try and hit it again? Or would it be smarter to like take a calculated risk on a breeding horse or a Genesis horse? Because I have the racer part now. I got the racer part down. I really don't need any other racing horses because I have a horse that can race anywhere. Yeah, he's not consistent, but he can go anywhere, any buy-in, any distance against anybody. So I'm really not too worried about buying like another all-star racer. I want to breed good horses from Diamond's lineage, which will just make him look better. And then also I can do dope giveaways for you guys, give away good horses. Because I've said this before, like I don't want to give away Z30s, Z50s. Like I don't even touch horses like that. So I don't want to give away horses like that. I already told Go and Glow Master I'll give him a Z4 on his birthday. And I mean that shit. But I'll also give you guys, like, we'll do a dope giveaway of a Z4 on here one day. Probably once we hit like 1,000 subscribers. We're halfway there. I still got to get my liquidity up, but yeah, I want to do good giveaways, and it's not going to be like quantity giveaways. It'll be quality giveaways. So when I do a giveaway, it'll be like a Z4, but as long as you guys promise not to sell the damn horse, I'll do it. I want you guys to keep it or just give it to someone new in the game. Damn, nobody's kicking from our team. Absolutely Phantom. Finna take the dub. Z30 through Z may be decent in 6 months. Good point. Good point. It may. That's a good point. My goal is 2 to 3 top racers and in a set of breeders, 1 stud, 3 females. Yeah, you're set at that point. I mean, you're covering your whole bases. For me, from your racing to your breeding. Thing is, for me right now, you're losing 0.04 if that horse is trash. On breeding, like Z4s? What you mean? That's just such good value within the Z2 leg floor being 0.25 and the cheapest UU being 0.29. Great point. When I came into the game, Z2 legendary unnamed Colts were 1.1. And fillies were 1.6. And I paid that shit. Like, that's just what it was at the time. But me coming into this game, I knew I needed a strong base, right? So I didn't want to start off with like a Z30, Z40, Z whatever. If this is just my thought process, this is my opinion, but I'll walk you guys through what I was thinking. I couldn't afford a Z1 and I couldn't afford Genesis. So I was like, all right. If you watch my videos, you already know the damn story, but I'll go through it. I come in and I'm like, all right, if we go and look, a few years back, this happened. So a few years back, this billionaire offered. Okay, white billionaires offers $1 billion to breed Serena Williams with LeBron James. This is true shit. This is how I use my analogy. So I was like, all right, so Serena Williams will be like a Z1 and LeBron James will be a Z1. Now, somebody in real life has offered to breed these 2 super athletes together to get a possibly monster offspring, right? So I was like, all right. I looked at Z1s as like the super athletes of this game. and what would that breed look like? And if someone's really willing to pay for that in real life, whatever, I'll cop up the however much it costs to do it in a digital horse game. Shit happened to work on the first one. First one I bought was diamonds. Like, we'll go back in my activity, and first horse, does it not even go back that far? That's weak. That's weak. But if we go back, it's literally my first purchase. But that was my strategy. LeBron James, Serena Williams, what would that baby look like? And then now we've come to find out most of the best bred horses, like racers or best racers, are the Z2s. So it seems like if you take the gods of the Z1s, mix those together, those are your best shot at getting a racer. So I paid 1.1 for diamonds, and I was like, all right, I need to breed something out from here. I want to breed out a stable, but I don't want to be adding like 10, 20, 30 numbers to every single breed, because then you're just making like Z30s at that point. So I was like, all right, I'll go with 2 Z2s so I can print Z4 exclusives every month. And that's what I'm doing right now, which the Z4 exclusives haven't been the best racers, but then Zook comes in and he tells me that they're good breeders. So something I got to work on, but I feel like just being able to print low Z number Nakamotos is going to be very beneficial in the long term. Yeah, you're going to start out with 2 horses, but it's going to grow so fast. I started with 2 in August, right? And I've just been in-house breeding since. I've sold 1 horse, so I'd have an extra one in here. And this one I bought for Zombies Donkey tournaments. But other than that, it grows pretty damn fast. But my entry point was quality over quantity. And so I'd rather start with 2 and then build up to 8, and then instead of start with like 8 horses and then have fun for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I bought Denk UUU for 2 ETH. Hell of a story. I think Blazing Foxfire is one of the best breeding female finnies. Probably she is 6 ETH. I'm in. Also, Z2 start in class 3 after the Griffies now. Watch, which is amazing. That's awesome. You sell or race offspring. I keep most of them. Even going back to diamonds, ask yourself this. If you guys get a top 10 horse, or if you get a horse and you sell it, are you going to be okay with that horse being a top 10 horse? Because that could happen. Some dude sold Steph Curry for like $100, right? Some dude sold Denk UU for 2 ETH. Some guy sold me diamonds for 1.1 ETH. Are you okay being the guy that sold a top 10 horse? That's the real question. Me personally, no. I could not live with myself if I would have sold diamonds at 3 ETH and then someone turns around and sells him for 110. Or if he turns out to be a beast racer, right? That's just the way I play this whole game now. I've liquidated 1 horse because I needed liquidity for like a Riot Racers drop or something like that. But besides that, no, I don't. I race, and if they're not racers, I'm just gonna keep them for breeding because they could breed something. Like if I wasn't gonna, none of these are racers, right? And if I wasn't worried about breeding, I probably would have sold all of these. But then Zook wouldn't be able to come in and tell me that Loaded Lux was a good breeder, right? Like I think somebody that was on this week, Al Hambren, I believe he said that he sold a horse and he regrets selling it because it was a good breeder. It wasn't a great racer, but it was a great breeder. So you got to ask yourself that. Are you going to be okay selling a horse if it's a top 10 racer or a top 10 breeder? Because there's a potential of that happening. Agree. Z3s and Z4 legendaries are a great starting point. That's where I've started doing. Great starting point. Because you're just quality over quantity at the end of the day. And if you want your best shots at getting a racehorse or breeding something good, I believe for the best budget, the Z2 Legendary is the best entry point. From racing to having a potential racer to also having a potential breeder. Because if it's not a good racer, you still have a shot at breeding something good, right? It keeps you in the game. Yes, race your horses. Race your horses. Just ask yourself this. Do you want to be the guy that sold Steph Curry for $100? Just ask yourself that. Because the shit can happen. I couldn't live with that. To be honest. Ooh, a $25 buy-in, 1,600 meters against some of the big dogs. Should we go take them out? Did we get 12th place in our last race? Let's check. If we did, I'll do it. Shout out to everybody in here. If you guys could just drop a like for me real quick, it just helps us out on the YouTube algorithm. Just maybe we can get some more new people up in here. Some people will come back and watch the streams at a later date. Just drop a quick like for your boy. Ah, shit. Should we do it? Ooh, 12, 12, 2, 1, 2, 12. I mean, it is after 12, but we might double up on 12s. Fuck it. Fuck it. Okay, what gate? What gate should we take? I had wavelength listed for 0.75 after like, oh. Okay, so now tell me about that. Tell me about that. Being someone that sold a good horse, how do you feel? Someone took all the covers on my Z. Let's go. That's probably that's a great feeling as well, waking up to having some money in your breeding. But Acapulco, or sorry if I said that wrong. Tell me how that feels. Like selling a horse that you just kind of wanted to liquidate, and then it turns out that it can win a tournament or that it can win a big race. Like, how does that feel? So the cheapest Z2 on the market actually looks fire. Well, I took him down and kept racing him shortly thereafter. Okay, not bad, not bad. How'd Roid Rager come to acquire him? That would be my startup money. I believe I can find another star, but 100, no. What you mean 100? Do what you think of unraised Z2. The cheapest unraised Z2. Let's go look. Turn that off. Turn that off. Nakamoto, breed type, legendary, genotype, Z2. Okay. You said unraced. Okay. Ooh. I mean, it's got an offer for 0.25. Nakamoto's only. Galaxy Racing. Uh-oh. Somebody's going to try and get this. When is it posted? This guy was posted a day ago. Steve Brew to Nakamoto's only. Now, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. If we go back and look at who I bought diamonds from, right here. So, dude's bred some killers. I mean, shit. I bought a horse from Steve Brew before, and it worked out. I believe that's Z1 Racing or Zerga Farms. I believe that's their name. Not a bad horse. All right, let's go look at the details of this horse. Copy that into Haku. Bang, 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 bang. Okay, 0.3. Appaloosa and Law Faithful. Zook, you want to take a look at this for somebody? I mean, this might be a goddamn good buy for somebody right here. If one of you guys can cop this on stream and race it, I'm fucking down to watch that shit. Appaloosa, unraced. Now, when I bought diamonds, his parents were also unraced as well. Let's go look at this guy's. Okay, so he owns that horse as well. Let's go look at the family. Holy shit. Oh, that's not that much. 20 races, 9, 26, 30, 0, 1. Nothing too crazy. But I think when you breed those really superstars, nothing is going to be on their level. I mean, Concentrate, Diamond's dad, like, has bred good horses, but just nothing on his level, you know? So I feel like having some good horses is a good indicator, but you could be the one to pull that crazy horse that stands out over everybody, kind of like the Black Sheep or something, which is a cool name as well. Acapulco Online would like to hear about that one. Such average parents, too. My first horse won Griffin. It was a Z4 cost, 0.5. After that, it turned into a donkey and won't sell for half the price I paid. Sheesh. What's the name of it? That's not the only one. Sorry, it's named. So technically, it's not you. Appaloosa, everything gonna see all right. Everything's gonna see all right on 55th Street. If someone wants to buy 2 horses from my stable at 0.2 right now, I'll buy it right now. Baby, it was quite a month from breeding him to selling him. Avon Steels, I like Geronimo, but don't love. Such a great name, too. I like Azure as a breeder. Okay. Appaloosa and Law Faithful. He bred this horse in-house. And nothing crazy. on 55th Street. Midnight X, the Z4 X Midnight X. Did you? Does it have those X's like that? Oh, yeah. I like the black horses, dude. Shit, man. I mean, you can't. No complaints right now, though, right? No complaints right now. You might. This might be a A-shaped horse type of horse. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, dude. You're looking pretty good. If you're looking, this is how I think this plays out. You keep racing. You keep racing the mid distance. You're good. I think you're good. If you stay at what you're doing, getting your 6th and 7th like you are now, well, you're qualified already. So you're going to go to 1,800 meters, which is probably the best distance for this horse to race at because that's where you're getting your 1st, 2nd, and 3rds. So I don't know, man. Maybe in the day-to-day racing, yes, this horse would be qualified as a donkey, but you did perfect racing to get him in the tournament. You qualified him for the mid-distance. You got him into to now where quarterfinals is going to be 1,800 meters, and that's like your best distance with this horse. So if you're asking me, just keep this horse for this type of tournament. You never know. And shit, you might win 7K and be able to fucking sell the horse because it wins a tournament like this, and then use your profits from the horse and the damn winnings to go buy a better horse. So not bad, not bad. Okay, you guys are talking to each other. Let's go check on this C1 race, see if it's filling up. There's a $10. There's a fucking $23. I Love Pizza, Imaginator, Forever New. Who do I want to race against? Jumbo, Brooklyn. God damn, that fucking race is stacked. Slander Unlimited. I'll go with the 2,200 meter, $10. And if I get another 12th place, then I'll go in that 16. We'll go gate 5 on 55th Street. You 5 me? I like Azure as a breeder. Ah, come on, Zed Run. Did it take my money? Take my money. I should have got into that. Let's go. Let me see this. Okay, Dork Love Sports got his 100th win. Let's go. God damn, I have such a hard time talking sometimes. Not even funny. Shoot. Yeah, Steve Brew looks like a good damn horse. $1,200. Galaxy Racing with a 0.25 ETH offer. I mean, shit. Just go buy it. Just someone's gonna come snipe that shit from you. When I'm looking at shit like this, if I see someone offer 0.25 and it's for 0.3, I'm just gonna come buy it because I know the interest is there. I know that this not just you, Galaxy. I'm saying in general. If I see someone offer that and it's only 0.05 below what the asking price is, I'm just gonna come in and buy the horse because I see that someone's got interest in it, but they just don't want to pay the 0.05, and that 0.05 is fucking what, 100 and some bucks. It's $200. It's $200. But that's just me. I played that way since the Madden Ultimate Team fucking buy it now section on the marketplace. I was never really someone to offer. I don't know. I just thank you, give me that, mine, quick. You know what I'm saying? SS Store has given me some proper deals. Got to get back to work, but let me know if you ever want to chat about the Wavelink story. Would love to come on and share it. Hell yeah, man. If you got a Twitter, let me know. Drop your Twitter in here and then I'll fucking... Yeah, exactly. If you're buying Z2s, that 0.05 is nothing. Absolutely. I agree 100%. But if you drop your Twitter, Acapulco, I'll definitely bring you up sometime, man. We can probably go next week or something. I'm still getting next week scheduled out. I forget. Yeah, I don't really have anybody scheduled next week at the moment. Hey, what's up? Back watching your stream. Good info. Thanks, man. What up? How you doing? What's good, Mundo? Just about to hop in a race here. time is it? 11:53. We're streaming today. We're going. Fuck it. I don't got nothing else to do, so we're just chilling. Let's go keep looking at horses on the market. I know I do need to find something, but I don't know what. Oh. What else? Zook, if you're still in here, just created one. It's Swift Silks. At Swift_Silks. Where the hell is the search button? Okay, here we go. Swift _ lion ass motherfucker. Look at this lion ass. Out here at Subway at 3 in the morning in Chicago in -degree weather. Juicy Smollett. If you guys seen the Dave Chappelle special, that shit's hilarious when he talks about Juicy Smollett. Just created. All right, I just dropped you a follow, homie. What up, Zook? 0.05 budget, Griffey. I'll Griffey you. Shit, 0.005 budget. Man, we should do something like that. We should do something like that on stream. 0.005 budget. Shit. Looking at Z12 Buttes, this might be kind of fun. All right, I'll entertain this. Let's see if we can find something. This might be interesting. If anybody else wants to hop in on this, we can do this too. This might be fun. Looking at Z12 Buttes or a Z11 Finney. Okay, for 0.06, Z12 Buterins or a Z11 Finney for 0.06. Like, you just want to race them in a Griffin to see how they do? That might be something fun to do. Let me go back and check on this race real quick. Zed Run. Get your shit straight, mate. Shadow for days. There's Diamond Hands. Yeah, I'm going to leave those guys alone on that one. I'll enter this 2,200 meter. Unless it disappeared. What the butt? Maybe it's on next to run. Yep. All right, it's scheduling. Yo, I'm in. What up? All right, bet. All right, well, I need to go to listings. So you said, yeah, why not? Someone took some covers off me last night, so 0.06 less cop and race. All right, let's check it out. You said like a Z11. I mean, everybody can come in with their own strategy, but I'll try and find something on here. Unraced. Ooh, this will be fun. This might actually be fun to do. All right, Finney, Z11. Okay. And I probably want a Colt, if you're asking me. Okay. Lowest to high. No, I want Z11 to Z11. That's all I want. Okay. 0.01. Okay. Let's see if we can find unraced. Number of races 0. They better not have a crazy premium on this shit. 0.049. I should name this one Crit Mac. How much money is this? $194. Fuck. I'm telling you, the Z10 Finney exclusive filter can find some bangers. Z-turn and less, that is. All right. 1 second. Let me check out this race first. If I win this race, then I'll feel more comfortable about doing this. Do it, he says. Do it. I've been watching for like 3 days. You've been helpful with the info. I want to get a horse just for creating content for my channel and live stream. What would you recommend for the cheapest? If you're at breed a new horse with my Z5, I'll rebate it. Okay. I think we could make this interesting. I don't have crazy money though, is what I'm saying. I mean, this is like my bankroll. I know I can lose this in a minute, so I'm very careful with spending money at the moment because that's my whole shit. And with a U-shaped horse, when I enter races like this, I can lose my ass. Who's your Z5? I'll make a Z10 Finney offspring. All right, we might make this interesting if other people hop in this. Let me watch this race and then I'm looking at this guy. This guy kind of, let's go look at him. Family, unraced parents, Z5, Royal Blue, Pallet Town, .049. It's $200. Fuck. What is this? I think if I win this race, then I'll be able to do it. Lover Rose Z5. If I do it, I'm naming this one Crip Mac on hood. Royal Blue. Oh, I need it to be a Z55 though. Dan Chan approved. Okay, USADA approved. There's a damn hummingbird. He's Royal Blue on 55th Street. That shit's funny. It'd be the funniest shit. It'd be the funniest shit if all of us do this and then someone actually turns out to get like a fucking racehorse, like a monster horse. That'd be hilarious. I'd be down to do like once I get my bankroll up some more, I'd be down to do this shit like every Friday. What would we call it? Something Fridays. We could do like a Friday to where everybody goes and buys, or they breed a fucking horse, and then we just come on here. See, but I don't have dividends that I could do like Lucky Jacks. But that'd be something fun to do. I'm looking at this guy though. He's a good breeder, made some proper beasts. Is that your Z5? Okay, Zook's going to take you up on that. All right. I love Pizza, Imaginator, and Forever New. We're coming off a 12th place, so I'm calling it. We're either going to get a 12th or a first right here in this 2,200 meter. This is what I'm saying by, like, what I mean by card counting. This is it right here. So I've got a 12th place. Most of the time I get my 12th, I'm either going to double up on it or we'll switch to a first. But also I'm switching distances. And Catch Me Riding Derby was saying, like, if you're getting 12th at a distance, switch your distance and it'll maybe re-jump you to first. I noticed that there's not a lot of people talking about Zed Run in Spanish. Looking to creating some content, bro, do it. You'd run the whole Spanish market. This is a global game. Think about that. We're gonna need a Russian content creator, every ethnicity that there is. We're gonna need that type of content creator. So if you're speaking Spanish and you're speaking to a whole audience that I can't even talk to, bro, do it. There's an audience out there for this, and this game is global. It's a global game. I've seen I think I've seen a Zed Run video that was in like Chinese or something like that. So that was pretty cool. But do it. I definitely would. First, I know that we'll all like come support your stream and all that shit. But also, you're doing your own thing, and you'll have your own audience. You know, like you're not really stepping on anybody's toes, trying to come in and take anybody's audience. Like you're gonna. Well, one, you'll have your own ideas, your own opinions, and you'll be entertaining in your own way. And then you'll also be able to speak to an audience that I can't even speak to because I cheated in Spanish class. Like, I use Google Translate and shit. My horse has qualified for a tournament, 69th place. Hey, let's go. That's what I started at with Diamonds when I qualified last time. I got him to 69th place. Dropped to like 380 at the end, and I had to do a couple more races to stay alive. But, Mundo, you were asking what was the best thing to come and get. I would get a Z2 Legendary UU and just scratch the lotto ticket. I mean, you're either going to hit or you're going to miss. It's either going to be a big-ass hit or a big-ass miss. If you miss, you still have a chance at breeding. So that'll make you – personally, that's the way I looked at it. I was like, well, I'm only going to be adding 2 numbers to whatever breed. And it's still a Nakamoto. So if it's not a racehorse, I still can breed this horse. But if it is a racehorse, God damn it, you'll be relevant for quite a while. Because if you get a good Z2 Legendary, you're like Arbitrage was saying, it's hard to make those. Don't do the lotto tickets unless you can lose all the money. Yeah, good point. I deal with Latin artists all the time. I actually heard about it through one of them. So looking into it, thanks for all your info. No problem, man. Pony Plug, Zook, Zook was he was a big factor in helping me get into this game. He didn't even know that, but he had plug talk. He had they had the pony plug going on when I came into this game. So you're doing the right thing. You're coming in, you're getting yourself acquainted with the community, and then now you're learning the game. You're going to figure out what you like, your own strategies, and then you'll be able to do what I'm doing, but with your own audience. And then I'm sure a lot of people from here will follow you. And looking to do it more on the entertainment part, but if I could actually get something good, it would be a plus. Same here. I think the entertaining shit is maybe kind of doing something like you wanted to do with bringing in your audience to where you guys can maybe buy some cheap shit, race against each other. That's fun. What also is fun is like pink slips. If you're doing like pink slips, have I done a Zook interview? Yep. Me and Zook, I think we had the longest interview. We went for 2.5 hours. It's right here. Yeah, it's a 2-part. Yeah, we went for 2.5 hours on this one. Clipped it up for you. What is the pony plug? But yep, right here, episode 3. OG episode 3, dude. We've been grinding Monday through Friday. This doesn't even feel like a month ago. I don't know. It's just crazy. It's like every day talking to someone new, but there's just so much shit to learn. But yep, this was what, last month? We went for 2.5 hours. Baby, how much rebate? This guy. What you want? Baby, I got it. For a little respect. Just a little bit. Desi's dream. Figured it out. The horse that won the inaugural Zed Run tournament. We got Wag Me with Forever New and Dostovsky from GVG Z3 Jenny Zabo. I would pick up a few cheap Genesis for 0.1 long term. Good point. That is great. And I also do think those Genesis are going to fly once we get into the Des token being released and people receiving the Des token. I think that Genesis market is going to absolutely rock it. If you had 10 to 15 horses, would you sell 2 horses at 0.15 to buy a lotto ticket? Huh. If you had 10 to 15, would you sell 2? Yes. If I had that much, for 0.15 for your chance, because it's still not going to hurt you. And then with your other 13 horses, you're going to be able to breed that into a Z2. So then you're getting Nakamoto blood into your stable. And if you're cutting your losses on like horses, then can you do private races with your own audience? Not yet. It is a plan to have custom races, but you can't do private races yet. It'll be nice when they have that for sure, though. I mean, if I win this race, I'll do this Griffey. If you guys are all down to do this, I'll buy that damn horse and we'll throw it in the Griffey. That's if I win this race. If I don't, I gotta protect my bankroll. I am degen as fuck. Like, I want to do it big time. I just gotta watch out on the bankroll. But that does sound like I'll definitely we'll be doing something like that in the future. Legendary Z13 Buterins are $100. Amazing scratch tickets that you can turn in for $50 if it's a dud. I just bought a Z13. Okay, not bad. I don't really like selling if it's a dud, but that is a good point. Like Arbitrage was saying yesterday, kind of ease your way into this game. You don't got to come in and buy a Z2 like I did as your first horse. Because if that horse wasn't a racehorse, I guarantee you I wouldn't be having as much fun as I am now. I don't even know if I'd still be around, right? So I'm sure there's plenty of people that came into this game like me, bought a Z2, didn't hit, and they probably quit, right? So you gotta weigh your pros and cons. But I like what he said, because it's a low risk strategy. With the Z2, it's a high risk just because you're gonna pay damn near half an ETH to get it. And if you don't hit, if it's not good, you're probably only gonna be able to sell it for like 0.15, 0.1 something. Mundo, I'm hoping that they will set up some custom races and this will be a possibility. He said, legit me. Buy 10 Z13 leg UU, one will be good. I'm going to do devil's advocate to your point. Do you want quality or quantity? You can have a lot of Z13s, which will give you a lot of, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you. I'm just doing devil's advocate so we can have the dialogue and have a conversation. Maybe somebody can learn something. But my thought process is, instead of buying 10 Z13s, I'd rather buy one Z2, because the chance of that Z2 being better than like all of those racers is a lot higher. But also it's just higher risk, higher reward, basically, in my opinion. Because honestly, like, how many Z13 legendaries do you see in Class 1 that can actually compete in Class 1? It's a very low number. But if we talk about Z2 legendaries that you see in Class 1 that can actually compete against Class 1 horses, I mean, there's quite a bit of them, right? Compared to like the Z13. And I'm not shitting on your thought. I'm just creating the dialogue. 1 out of 1,000. Good point. Yep, that is a very good point. One good UUU13 though might one good UUU Z13 though might may 0.04 or 0.5 in its lifetime, and that's still iffy. 1 out of 50. Make not many may. I get what you're saying. I feel you. But that's what I love about this game. Everybody has their own strategy, their own entry points, their own justifications for spending this much amount of money. But me personally, just when I came into the game, I said quality over quantity, and I'd rather get 2 Z2s, Nakamoto's, just because everything it says the bloodline's rare. They're probably like the best race horses, or like they're the assassins or the ninjas. It says some shit like that on the main page of Zed Run. That's just how I looked at it. But yes, Steph Curry is a Z something. What percentage of Buterins have 0.05 profit? Has to be less than 1%. I don't know. That's where you got to talk to like BG or those guys like that. I'm not a data guy. I'm just a guy that likes to degen with his horse and talk to a camera and a computer screen all day. It's all good. I got you guys answering me though, so we're good. Diamonds. He's either gonna fall off screen. If he can kick back on, that's cool. If not, he won't. I'm gonna let him fall off. If he falls off, cool. If he gets back on screen, he gets back on screen. Top 1% have 0.05 profit of all horses. 600 meters to go. Can Diamonds get back on screen? Can he get the get back? No get back. 500 meters to go. Can we get a crazy kick? Or does he want to get 12th place again? I think he wants to get 12th. 300 meters to go. Imaginator from Sunny Days. Uh-oh. Figured it out from Desi's. Is cooking. Uh-oh. Diamonds is going to get absolute 12th place here. Figured it out. Might take it. He takes it. And then Diamonds walking to the finish. Bum, bum, bum. All right, if this 1600, all right, let's fucking go. I'll take gate 9 since 5-5 crip didn't work out for us last time. So we got 2 12th places in a row. Now this makes me feel comfortable to come into a $25 buy-in and try this out. Just because I've got 2 12th places in a row, the way I'm looking at it is that first place should be coming right here. Let's see. I mean, I've been right these past few days on like double 12s and then a first afterwards. This one was a little like a place streak, I guess you could say. You got another 12 on that one. So let's see. We probably have 11 out of 12 filled. We'll see who hops in here. If any of you guys, you got a horse, you want to come test it against the biggest of the big dogs, here's the race. Come in and race against Jumbo. If your horse wins this race, just go throw it in the stud barn. My legendary Butte has half Za, bad racer, but looks like a good breeder. May have changed if I heard otherwise recently. Oh, you guys are just talking about statistics. So you would essentially have to buy 50 to get a horse with 0.05% profit. He says. Where's Chit Chat? Is Buck in here? Tempting. Unless that's you, Buck. 11 out of 12, my friend. Jumbo. Let's see who hops in here. We got Roy Rager, GVG, Barack, who runs with Venus, Shadow for Days, Slander Unlimited. There's some big dogs in this race. That's me. I'm Buck. All right, K Fleet. All right, all right. Buck is K Fleet. All right, bet. What is I pulled identical odds against Jumbo. Oh shit. Yesterday's price is not today's price. 11 out of 12. Okay, Buck. Let me go look at your stable. ETH falling is good for buying 100%. And if they're gonna, ETH can keep on falling right now because Zed's supposed to pay me out like $7,000. So if I can get $7,000 while ETH is on a dip, I'll take it. So 12-12, we place. So 12-12, 1, 12-12, 2, 1, 2, and then 12-12. Let's see if we can do it again here. If this shit works, I think I figured it out. If this shit works, I figured it out. Or it's just really lucky. Chit chat chittin' sucks. What you mean, bruh? Are you for real? Shit. Did they change the horse or something? Oh shit, that's a great point. I hadn't thought of that. Yep. Buy now for 50 ETH, a Z7, Z11, excuse me. Zabo exclusive. Okay. What's the distance? 1,400 meters and 16. Let's go check it to Horseshoe. Let's go big. Shit, bro. That's if shit. This is the race you need to. I think you need to race this horse at 16. I mean, he's not placing as much, but damn, that U-shape. Let's see if it's paid. That's not that good. 14 paid. Class 1 1,400 meter paid. You won both of them though. What class are you in? Damn. How'd this horse get to class 1? Are you down classing? Oh, probably right here. Down distance and then up distance? Yeah. Really interested in this. Thanks for your work. I'm starting to understand everything a little bit better. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, my friend. 1,200 looks pretty. Actually, I don't know about that one. 1,400 meters looks solid. 1,600 meters looks solid. Yeah, man. I think. Let's look at your charts. It's on its way up though. Big win. So he profits on those big wins. He's kind of like Diamonds. Need a streak again. She's cold right now. Gotcha. I feel you. Nobody want to hop up in here? Damn. On 55th Street. Yeah, man. Let's go look at how you've been racing. Okay. 0.025, 0.038, 0.011. Yeah. It's hard with a U shape, bro. It's fucking hard to time. 26, 22. It's so hard to tell with a horse like this. First. Damn, he ain't got a first in a while. First. It's hard. What I try and do, I'll throw green if he's C1. Green beret. I've heard of that. I think I've raced him before. Let's look. Nope, haven't raced. Can you check survey and give a recommendation? Class 3 fee. Where do you think I compete? Just bought horse last week. Yes, sir. Barack is a fucking killer. Yeah, dude. Serivi. S-E-R. Did I spell that right? Yeah. S-E-R-E-V-I. E-V-I. 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 Okay. Come on. What the hell is wrong with this mouse? God damn it. Okay, you got him up for 0.1. You got him qualified. Okay, let's look at the horseshoe. Interesting. Where to race him and a fee, you asked. Where to race him and the fee. If we go paid racing, damn, this one is hard. Where do you guys, where would you guys race? Well, you flame at 14. Honestly, I'd probably only fucking race 1,400 meters. That's what I'd do. I'd race 1,400 meters and just, it's rough. That one's a rough one. If we go paid, but those are 250. He's been pulling flames in the 1,400s and winning a lot, but those are 250. Let's see who you're flaming over at 14. Paid 14. Enter. Not the best win rate, decent place rate. You're profitable. You're flaming almost every time. Not when you get up into class 2 though. Yeah, in class 2. Somewhat in class 2. So it seems like 50-50 on flames in class 2. Did this horse ever have odds? No. Let's go look. Okay, you won this race. Who'd you beat? A Z6 and a Z8. Huh. This one's pretty hard, to be honest. I would just say 1,400 meters. 1,600 could turn into a decent U. Let me look again. Yeah, you want to see that 12th. Preferably this would like move over one, and then I'd start to say it looks like a U. But it does somewhat, maybe even 24 as well, like a steep U. If we go back and look at Diamond's U, it's not even really a U at 20. God damn it. Hold on. So U shapes can look different. Like they can be very steep, like this one. Like literally, like that's not even, that's a goddamn goalpost. That's a field goal. That's more of a U shape, I guess. But let's pull this over here. No, it's not as steep. I want to see if any of, because I know he's a U shape all around at all of these distances. So I'm trying to see if any of these look similar. I'd say 14. I feel like this could be a good tournament horse, but because of the potential, yep, I agree, because you can win. I think this is a good tournament horse, just like you said. Is this me? God damn it, that's me. Like you said, you can win, and you're still getting second, but you can go anywhere really and still place. So you're not like far right skewed, like a distance preference horse to where one of them is a guaranteed down button. Maybe this one, but you still have like a decent amount to where you have a chance at placing. So, I I think I'd probably keep doing 250s like you're doing, and then when it comes tournament time, just go free racing for the tournament. Unless you want to make money along the way, then I'd say keep doing what you're doing. But that's up to you. Nobody wants to hop in this race. Should we go call out? Who's got a good 60? I'm going to go fucking call out Archibald. All right, let's go talk some shit. I wanna, but it feels like donating to Good Boy Racing, to be honest. I've done it a few times, so I don't blame you. Let's see if we can get Archibald up in here. Get him to hop in this race. I know East Coast is on Twitter. He's got to see it. Come on, East Coast. God damn it. Okay, let me close out all these extra pages. Looks like a good tournament horse if you want like a definite answer on that one. I don't know if I would necessarily go and race that one in big money. Oh, shit. See, like this right here. Just, oh, never mind. It was 2.25 and now it's 0.19. I thought it was 0.29. I'm like, bro, just buy the damn horse at that point. Let's go back to Zed Run. All right, if it doesn't fill in 5 minutes, I'm all right. I want to, but it feels like, okay. If it doesn't fill in 5 minutes, all right, bet. Where's Archibald at, dude? Is this mouse dead? Yeah, the mouse is dead. Who else should we go talk shit to? Who else got a 1,600 meter horse? I don't know. Shimona. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for 25 $1,400, but I think maybe $5 could be successful. Yeah, I think if you stick between the $2 and $5, you'll probably just have a consistent line up. Not as volatile, but very consistent. And you'll make profit. Profit is profit, right? But also, are you okay with potentially selling a beast breeder or racer? Where Nella Bean at? Great question. That's a great question. The real question is, what are we doing in Wuhan? Like, come on now. We're on quarantine. Why do we got races out in Wuhan? All these horses right here got COVID. They need a social distance, bro. New class change treated the horse well, so that's exciting. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah, that new class change is pretty nice. It's just the landscapers blowing the shit out of leaves outside my window. A good thing I wake up before that, because that used to suck to wake up to, even though it's like afternoon here. Come on, come on, come on. Somebody wants to hop in here. I know somebody wants to do it. It's not that scary. Slander Unlimited. Who is that? Shadow for Days. See, where's Zook? Where's Zook? Where's Dank? Midnight Fever. Brooklyn. Good horse. These are all good horses in here. Shadow for Days. Great horse. Barat. Great horse. WRWV. Great horse. It's only 23. I mean, the upside's good. $170 if you win. $170, $170. Still nobody. Let's go back and look at Diamond's chart real quick. Still working on it. Still working on it. Trying not to make it look like this. I'm trying to make it actually to where we're going up and not going down. Venus is cracked too. It's funny you streaming no one wants to race. I stream everyone wants to race. You need some donkeys. I know, right? I know. I know, man. On 55th Street. It's just, I know. It's some stack races though. If you come in, if you win, you said you got him yesterday. Venus is cracked too. Hey, if someone's got a horse, you got a shot. You also got a shot at getting your ass whooped too. So I don't blame anybody for not jumping in the race. There's some big dogs in here. I just hop in these races so I can beat them. Like, I just like beating good horses. I don't know. It's just fun. You can go talk shit on Twitter if you want to. Hey, now you'll have to talk to the big to run against him. Come on, East Coast. Stop being scared. Why are they scared? I don't even know what to find. Come on. Field a race. I'll hate that I can't race up. I hate that I... Oh, did someone feel it? Did someone feel it? Did someone feel it? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's going down in Chinatown. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. I hope Raise a Billion hop up in here too. I hope he hopped up in here. If this works, it is a fact that if you want to race a U-shape, you wait till you get to 12th place and then you go. If this works. Switch distance. You get a 12th, get a 12th. I think these are my two 12th place, like flip of a quarter. But if I get two of them in a row, then go big money after. Oof, I was just going to enter. Come on, big dog. It's all good. All right, who do we got? Hopefully this is him. You're scared. Oh, come on. There we go. All right. Okay. We'll wait for this race to fill, and this will be it for the day. This will be it. Unless we win. If we win, shit. I don't know. We might do that Griffin thing if we win. If Mundo's still in here, we might do it. Revving the squad. We're absolutely trash this year, but what's the least a person has to have in money other to coming into Zed Run for the first time for entertainment, purses, or for business? What's the least a person has to have in dollar in other to coming into Zed Run for the first time for entertainment or for business? Like, what's the difference? If you're coming in for entertainment, shit, you just go buy a floor off the horse, right? It'll probably be entertaining. I mean, depending on how long you want the entertainment to last, right? If you just go buy a floor horse, you probably have fun while you name it. You look at it. In order to coming in. Mundo, I think you want to get with like $1,500. Yeah. I think you wanna have enough to where you can get something quality. Think of it as like buying a used car. 0.25 ETH, yeah, that's perfect. Sunny Days was saying you could get good racers for like 0.1 or below 0.12. So you'll probably be able to get like a whole stable with 0.25. You have to keep in mind that you got to keep some money for racing though. I'm asking because I'm probably going to do a video explaining a little. So, yeah, I'd say 0.25 to 5. If this game is fun when you win. It's fun when you win. I'm telling you, if you just buy any old horse and you come in and you name it, you'll have fun for a little bit. But if you really want to stick around, then getting at least a semi-quality horse is probably your best bet. Survey who just looked at it, he bought it for 0.1. Okay, that looks like a tournament horse, right? I think that's what we were talking about, that one. Yeah, this is a good tournament horse. And you even got him qualified for the fucking. Oh wait, that's close, right? Because it's like 384. So you're cutting it close, but you do got him qualified. And also, if you get these horses qualified for these tournaments, you can flip them, right? Because like you sell it before the quarterfinals runs. Person that buys that horse might okay. He's super yeah, and it's made me money. He's super close. Yeah, he's super close. You might just have to maybe get like another 6th or 7th place and then you'll be good. All right. Who do you guys think pulled flames? I'm going to say Barack, myself, and Barack, me, Diamonds, and then let's say Slander Unlimited. I'm going to say pulled flames. No Slander Unlimited did not pull flames. Aha, we got him. Let's go. Shout out to Archibald. Respect for hopping in here. Proud Delight with flames. Ya boy and Twisted Urgency. We got him. Let's go. It's the power of talking shit, you know. Just go poke the bear. You might be able to pull him out. That's funny. Yeah, we got him. That's hilarious. 3 minutes. Venus, Barack, and Diamonds. That was a good selection. I would have thought maybe Venus as well. Damn, flames over Barack. I know, right? Crazy. I don't think there's really anybody that'll steal his flames. As long as he's not fatigued, I think I'm always pretty much going to flame at 1,600 meters. But it is nice to pull it over those Z1s. Like, that's what I'm saying. If you want to have a shot at coming in and competing against these Z1s, I think a Z2 Legendary will be your best bet if it turns out to be a good racer. You really don't see, like, Z10s coming in and pulling flames over these guys, right? I mean, granted, this is a, like, anomaly. There's only, like, a few Z2 Legendaries that probably can do this, but having the chance to do that with a Z2 is probably a lot higher than having a chance to do it with like a Z10. But pros and cons. That Z10 will probably do really good in tournaments if it's not a U-shape, just because it'll place and win a lot. And the U-shapes are tough as hell to qualify because they get first and last. Last race of the day, and then I'm going to go kick it. Surprisingly, Barack's outflaming you in head-to-head. Gotcha. I think I race him everywhere, though. I race him in, like... I think we race everywhere. Let's go look. Like, 1,600 meters is Diamond's best distance, for sure. Especially if he gets, like, a A-plus roll, you probably won't beat him. But, let's go look. Yeah, we raced... 16. Oh, does he? 16, 1,000, 18, 16, 18. I pulled better odds than him at 18, though. I pulled better odds than Phantom Pacer, Wild Thoughts, Anmer, Barack, Victorious Taurus, and Dank. So that's when I knew diamonds was good. That's what arbitrage was saying about odds. It's way too easy to figure out if a horse is good. If it's pulling better odds than Barack, it's like shit. One odds race in your history, which is very telling. Yep. But it's nice to see that, right? Like I think these odds horses to where they have definite data. Like with flame horses, you don't have the definite of how much better it is than some horse, because some horse may be more likely to flame. But if you pull better odds, like Arbitrage was saying, it's game over. You know you got a good horse, and you can easily offer someone 10 ETH. He says, is there a better Z2? Maybe Y2K2K. He cooks me a lot. I think Y2, but I don't think he's the overall horse. I think he's a 1,400 meter to 1,000, and Diamonds is a 1,000 to 26. Last question. You're good, bro. Shoot as many questions as you want. Last question. What would be the best site for my audience to convert their money? Personally, safest is just buy it off of not financial advice. Coinbase, or something like that. Coinbase, Binance, Crypto.com, wherever you want to buy that, like on a known exchange. If you're trying to get new people in, I'd probably start with like, what is a MetaMask? What is this wallet, so people understand like all that stuff. I would start with what is a MetaMask, what is Ethereum, what is that, and then I would say you need to buy Ethereum, you need to send it to your MetaMask. You at this time you would have probably had made like a MetaMask video, so this would be like part 3. So you send your Ethereum to your MetaMask, and then you go to the Umbria bridge to convert to Polygon from the Ethereum mainnet for like less than $10, and yeah, that's how you're rolling from there. But I think for other content creators, I really don't want to take up the beginner aspect of like helping, like making all those beginner videos, because I'm already at such a level 2 of this game to where it's kind of just hard to be doing the beginner stuff. But we'll see if Diamonds can kick up right here or not. If he gets back on screen, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I talked a lot of shit to raise up billions. We got to go, Diamonds. Here comes Brooklyn. Here comes Twisted Urgency. Oh, and here comes Diamonds. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Go, go, go. I think we got him. I think we got him. Brooklyn might take this, but we might. You got to go, cousin. Go. All right, we beat. Go. That's fucking close. That was close. That was close. Did we get him? Stockholm! Let's go! Let's fucking go! I figured it out, bro. I fucking figured this shit out. You go 12th place. If you have a U shape, bro. If you have a U shape, not financial advice or advice. Take it however the fuck you want to take it. Get 12th places in a row, low buy-in, and then go big buy-in. 12th places, big buy-in. 12th places, big buy-in. This shit is almost getting easy now. Like, I don't know if that's luck or not, but it's starting to make a lot of sense, like why this is playing out. And I've never been able to go on a run like this. Thank you, Mundo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Crazy, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, what did you pull versus Wild Thoughts? Let's go back and look. I think it was either just below or a little bit. I think it was just below. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, we'll go back to the odds. I used to race this fucker all the time. 10.2 to 10.14. I pulled better odds than him in every race. 8.7 to 9.4. 9.6 to 10.2. No, he got me beat right here in 2,200 meters. He's got me beat. I pulled 8.3. He pulled 7.4. And then Pinkman pulled... Oh, shit. Look at Princess of Power with 6.19 odds. 6.19, 7.9, 7.4... 8.3. So he pulled higher odds than me there. He pulled higher odds than me here. Or no, I pulled higher odds than him here. He pulled higher. I pulled higher. He pulled higher. And then odds went away. That's it. That's it, dude. But if I'm being real, this is crazy to me. I don't know if it just feels weird that if each race was independent, like this just looks too weird to me. Like 12-12 1, 12-12 2-1-2, 12-12 1. I don't know. I'm stupid, to be honest, and there's another word for it, but I didn't want to say it in case anybody gets offended. But I don't know. This is fun. I had a fun time with you guys today. Thank you guys for all tuning in. Thank you guys for dropping a like. Thank you guys just for being here, supporting me. I really appreciate it a lot. Interesting. That's some races you got him in on odds. Others he's got you even for the same distance. Yeah, he's a weird horse. Interesting that some races you've got him on odds and others he's got you even for the. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, man. But I like that we don't have odds. I mean, I like that I've had them before, so I can go back and like compare myself against a horse with definite data. But thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys had a good time. Hope I provided some entertainment or you learned something. I don't know. But thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out Chris V, Juicy J, Mundo, Ben Hamilton, Ab Vaughn, everybody in here, Buck Talk, Golden Globe Master, Keith Fleet, everybody that watched. Bot Lady, I'm sure you're in the background. Genesis, thank you for being a great moderator. Andy Mack was in here earlier. Shout out everybody. Thank you guys. I had a lot of fun as well. We'll have to do the Griffin thing sometime. That'll definitely be a lot of fun. I'll get it set up to where maybe if we all bring a Griffin horse and race against each other, we'll do like a giveaway or something. Some Lucky Jacks type giveaway. But I want to give you guys like a Z4 or something really good. So until then, we'll be back. We're going to be off Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to post some other videos. Sniper, thanks for always coming in here, bro. I appreciate you. I see you in here too. I'll post some other videos this weekend. I'll probably post that video about the update. I'll probably post another video about bridging from Polygon to Ethereum on the Umbria bridge. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for your time. I'm out. It's about almost 1 o'clock over here. We've been going for a little bit, but I had a great time. This was a great week, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. So with all that said, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on Monday. Peace.